This is the city life. This is the place I roam. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home. This is the city life. This is the place I roam. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home. I'm still paying rent for this apartment house. In the past 5 years, the neighbors priced me out. Landlord pays my rent. He's grabbing every cent. I'm out here grabbing straws, looking for a place to rest. Now the rent is rising. Every place I look, and every landlord that I meet is looking like a crook. They just want my money. Don't care if I can eat. They don't care if I step out here in the nigga street. This is the city life. This is the place I roam. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home. The street, they're shooting on the doors. They say it's not my fault. Cops push him in the car, lock him in the wall. Then watch him in the court. They told us for the sin. The lives they took, you know they're never coming back again. That some will feel remorse, others just shrug it off. But either way, the game they played it was a good loss. This is the city life. This is the place I roam. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home. This is the city life. This is the place I roam. This is the place where I reside and I just call my home.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to sunny South Wales, to Pembrey Circuit for round 4 of DLGB 2025. Now, this is time for some action. This is the round 4 Pro Class 1 battles. Now, there's a lot to do today for a lot of drivers if they want to keep their points lead alive. None more so than Jamie Stanton, currently sitting 30 points out behind our leader, Harry Kerr. So this is when we're going to see the cars lined up for twin battles. Obviously, drivers have gone out, created their qualifying scores. Obviously, Arunas way up there, topping qualifying with an 89. Ryan Hughes only just missing out on it by 1 point in the amazing GE86. Joe Smith, third place. Stefan Stefanov, Stephen Lynch, 5th. Nerridge, 6th. Harry Kerr way down in 7th there. Very uncharacteristically low score from the Irishman. Paul Cunnington, 8th in his return to competition. Maximus, 9th. Sonny Moore, 10th. Hayden Renton, 11th. Very, very good account of himself there from the Pro 2 driver. Martin Wanacott, 12th. Harry Love, 13th. Ryan Burgess, 14th. Shane Faber, 15th. Matt Smith, 16th. Jack Bennett, 17th. Hayden Cruikshank, 18th. Jamie Stanton, 19th. Matt Smart, 20th. Harvey Moore, 21st. Josh Dunning, 22nd. 23rd, Chrissy Nayland. 24th, Bradley Wall. 25th, Ben Mears. 26th, Hugh Guion-Saville. 27th, Jamie Briggs. 28th, Rusty Tom Simpson, to his mum. And 29th, just sneaking in, is Ryan Toporowski. Commiserations to Danny Grundy, Bartek, Kuba, and Matt Roberts. Unfortunately, Bartek and Kuba not able to attend this weekend. Danny Grundy having mechanical failure, and Matt Roberts, unfortunately, also suffering some mechanical issues too. So that will mean we have a couple of bye runs to get out of the way first, and we'll be straight into the battles, guys. My name is Harry Clayton. I will be joined very shortly by my esteemed co-commentator, Brandon, and we'll speak to you guys once we get some cars gridded up. Thank you very much.
with Arunas. Unfortunately, we do have a couple of byruns in this battle tree, and I've just heard that Ben Mears is bowing out of competition down to his engine having issues.
Yeah, obviously Ben only running on 4.5 of the 6 cylinders, so 75% of a 2J is still better than most engines, but...
It turned into an SR again.
Yes, it did, yeah. Well, that car did have an SR in it. Ben previously campaigned that car with an SR. Decided to build this crazy 2J 8HP setup, and still working through the teething issues, I would say.
It literally just turned around and said, go back, I want to be 4-pot.
Yeah, possibly. It's just proof that no matter what you do to an S-body, it'll always kick you while you're down.
Oh yeah. Well, it's just drifting in general, ain't it? It's not exactly like you're kind to the components, so it's not like they want to be nice to you either.
Well, mechanical sympathy doesn't not exist just because you're a drifter.
Yeah, but then where's the fun in that? Beat it.
I always say this to people: don't drive if you can't afford. Don't drive like you can't afford to rebuild it if you can't afford to. If you can afford to rebuild it, you can't. Right? That's my thing. Right? If you drive like you can afford to rebuild the engine, you can afford to rebuild the engine. Fair enough. Right? If you drive like you can afford to rebuild the engine, you can't. You're playing yourself.
Oh no, definitely. But I could do see Arunas is in the background warming his tyres up, so we will be going.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was just a cloud of smoke.
No, he's just vaping.
It's like Mark Brown's S13 at Driftland. Sorry, Mark, if you're watching, but it was quite a smoke show.
Is he here?
I don't know. I've seen Mark's car here, but I haven't seen Mark wandering around. Mark, if you're around, please drop me a message, mate. I will come around and say hi.
I was going to say it's strange that the car's here, but he's not.
Yeah, I think it had some gearbox issues, unfortunately, which has unfortunately rendered Mark unable to compete this weekend. But you can't keep a good dog down, so I'm sure Mark will be. Mark will be back fighting again.
I think this is the point where you've got to start thinking: is this the way to be going forward?
Of course.
I
can see a few more interesting cars turning up. Can see Ryan Toporowski there coming around for his battle. Stephen Lynch and Stefan Stefanov. Ryan Toporowski is the Skid Risk S15. The Skid Risk S15 was the first car I ever went. The first drift car I ever went in. So my first drift car was an FD spec S15. That was the first time I ever went drifting.
Jesus.
I went to a Teesside weekender back when I worked full time for a championship, and changed tyres for Ryan all day. And he said, "Do you want to come out for a run with me?" Yes, I do. Anyway, Arunas sets off now for his bye run. You know he's not going to. All Arunas needs to do is initiate drift. So after that, all of this is gratuitous. But we know what Arunas is like. We know that he's not intending just to initiate and then pack it in. He's definitely going to enjoy the extra seat time, smoke the tyres out, give the crowd a show. Ladies and gentlemen, as Arunas comes out for his bye run, round of applause for this young, handsome Lithuanian chap and his incredible E92. Oh, I see a Lithuanian flag over there. Little Lithuania have sent they sent a smaller team out. That's very, very good.
That's the.
All right, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it might just be that they're all hungover.
Now we have Matt Smith with Jack Bennett in the chase. Lovely initiation between the two of them so far. This is the first battle of the top 32 as we come around now. Look at that from Jack Bennett trying to get onto the door as they come through the Manji section. Matt doing a good job in the lead so far. Jack Bennett, nice dive going in there to the last corner, but has to pull out as he comes around now and across the line.
Yeah, that small error there from Jack may have cost him dearly. He's unfortunately got a little bit of a compulsion to chase very, very closely, and sometimes it can be a hero, sometimes it can be a zero. A lot of the times Jack tends to have it work in his favour. It tends to pay off for him. Unfortunately, today maybe not one of those times. Not sure how the judges are seeing it, but they are watching it very intently just to make sure that it was Jack offline, or was it something that Matt did that unsettled him. Obviously, it's all down to what the judges will call it as. Obviously, I don't know about you, man. I don't think I'm experienced enough to tell you exactly what happened.
I mean, sometimes, even when you're going through and you're going into a slower section, sometimes it's just that one clutch kit that you missed.
Absolutely.
That can change the result.
Absolutely.
So we'll have to see.
Yeah. So the bye runs actually are being awarded to obviously Arunas, Ryan Hughes, and Joe Smith. However, if Ben Mears has bowed out of competition, that also gives Paul Cunnington a bye run. So I'll flip around now. We'll go again. Jack initiates Very, very fast engine Jack with a little bit of left foot brake there as Matt does an amazing job stick with him, transition through the smoke. That is a very, very smoky car, the Ambit Manufacturing E46. But Mr. Volkscraft, Mr. Betty's surf shop is not phased by the young whippersnapper as he drags it across the line with the RB off the limiter.
Not too shabby from there.
Do you know what? That RB lives on the limiter. Genuinely.
Yes, but that's how they should be treated.
Yeah, but like that car, I mean, even when was that car previously owned by Ross Barr, and I'm fairly certain Ross Barr didn't know the second half of the gearbox existed. He always used to leave it in second and pop and bang. That was his special favourite thing.
I mean, to be fair, in that sense, Matt is the English version of Dwayne McKeever.
Do you want to go and tell him that?
No.
He'll probably guffaw in your face. No, yeah, Brandon, you make a very good point there. Yeah, there aren't many RBs left in competition because they're all in the bin because they're all Brock.
Yep, to be fair. I mean, even Dwayne's having issues with his now, finally.
Yeah, the most reliable RB in the world finally decided it enough. Have you ever seen the video of John McKeever doing the super lap at Tully Rowan?
Yeah.
In like a minute, he must hit the limit of 5,000 times.
Yeah.
The bloke who builds his engines are probably sweating bullets. Stood in a puddle of his own sweat. Like
well, it adds up now, don't it?
Yeah, it's like the guy. Is it an airplane where the guy's like, shit, and he wipes his, and it's wet again? Jack Bennett gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, advancing on for top 16, knocking Mr. Volkscraft Matt Smith out of competition. Matt, probably a little bit disheartened by that. Matt having a real issue with winning battles this year. He's not happy about it. He hasn't actually had a call go his way so far this year.
That's part of the game now, unfortunately.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah, actually, that might not be a bad idea. We will actually, yeah, for that, we will actually go and ask the judges what the call was there as Paul Cunnington goes out to complete his buy run. Guys,
just waiting on a word from our judges.
yeah, so it was lead for lead is what you're telling us. Yep, okay, fair enough. That makes a lot of sense. Brad, thank you very much, my man. So now we have a battle for the ages, an RB-powered S14 versus an M54-powered BMW E92. That will be Maximus in the lead and Brad Wall in the chase. Team Garage 500, Brad Wall sticking right with Maximus in the Monster E92 there. Brad flicking it in. Maximus on crazy angle. Brad catching a little bit of a left foot brake there, but Maximus now. Oh, Maximus straightened from Maximus. Brad overtakes. Oh, Maximus looks like he may have shut down there.
That's a interesting one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's possibly a mulligan there for the Team Garage 500 driver there. Max unable to put it run. Doesn't appear like the BMW has any power in it. It looks like, certainly to me, like it's coasting to a halt. Nope. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I should apologise. We had a small technical error there. We did have Brad McQueen talking to the microphone. Nothing was heard regarding the Jack Bennett, Matt Smith. So the previous battle, it all came down to lead runners. There were errors from both drivers. So it was entirely down to lead for lead. So Brad is now very angry with me because I made him talk to himself for a good minute, but we'll pass that by. So Maximus heading back into the pits, possibly requiring a few glances over that car, perhaps. It does certainly seem like it wasn't happy. There was a shutdown on it. I think it's going to be a case of Max will be calling a 5-minute rule so he can check the car over. People who don't know, a 5-minute rule is effectively almost like a sort of a get out of jail free car, isn't it, that a driver can call. Basically, it will allow him, for the cost of one single championship point, to head back to his pit and diagnose and troubleshoot any issue and fix it, providing he can do it within 5 minutes. So he's able to get a new engine rebuilt and put back together in 5 minutes. First and foremost, that man is incredible and should be in Formula 1, but that's also completely illegal. If he can get a new engine built, changed and wired in 5 minutes.
Tell me how.
What's the craziest thing you ever seen anybody change in a 5-minute rule?
Right. Subframe, lower arm. What was it called? The lollipop mount. And
on the front?
Yep. And the entire suspension assembly, essentially.
All right, I can beat that. I watched someone do a gearbox in a 5-minute rule.
Fair play.
They were Irish.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm guessing there were only 3 bell housing bolts in the box.
Oh no!
Don't forget, we're seeing diffs done in 5 minutes as well.
Absolutely, no. You
And
like,
shafts.
you're like the king. I always say this: John Shanahan, Jack and Connor's dad, the king of the 5-minute rule. Jack and Connor are obviously, I think they're where they are today entirely because of their dad and because John. Yeah, my abiding memory of John Shanahan will always be at the Teesside Night Fight in 2017. Adam Simmons, there's a name. There's a throwback name for anybody who's been into drifting for a long time. Got punted off into the kitty litter by Scott Cartledge in another R32 Scully, and Adam's wastegate was quite low down. The wastegate pipe was broken off, and I watched John Shanahan in the pits put on a pair of ski goggles and MIG weld the pipe back onto the exhaust.
I mean, one thing I know about John is no matter what, if there's a car broken in the pits, he's there with a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
ready to
no,
knock it
absolutely.
back into
Well,
place.
they did the skit, didn't they, where like the car pulled into the petrol station and John started hammering it back in the old days. Yeah, for the Irish Drift Championship. Back when it was, back when Dave Egan was doing all the comedy skits with the drivers, like there was one of Alex Law in the KFC drive-thru, etc., etc. Anyway, we digress. Stefan Stefanov versus Ryan Toporowski, two extremely powerful 2JS bodies, both rocket money kits. Stefan Stefanov absolutely storming in on Monster Angle, leaving Ryan Toporowski for dust in what ostensibly should be quite a well-matched battle, but now Ryan, whoa, and Ryan hitting the tyre wall, having to stop drift.
Potentially getting caught in the smoke there.
Yeah, possibly. I wouldn't want to chase Stefan Stefanov. I don't know about you. It's definitely not a...
It's either you put it in the pocket or you're done.
Yeah, no, actually, that's the thing about that. So what you don't really appreciate about these cars, guys, unless you're down on track, is the smoke that you see is effectively like a James Bond 007 smoke screen for the chase car. So unless you're chasing in that pocket, i.e. you can pretty much reach out and touch the rear wing, you are probably most likely going to end up with a complete whiteout, and then you're almost driving on muscle memory at that point.
Oh yeah, it is a terrifying experience.
Yeah, I've been in cars where we've had very smoky lead drivers, and it's definitely not something I'm in a hurry to repeat. Ladies and gentlemen, I have just listened to something mentioned to the lovely Bubbles on my commentary to my co-commentator Brandon, that Maximus has retired from competition. Unfortunately, whatever issue was with that car is too big to be remedied inside of 5 minutes. That effectively means that Maximus in the dark blue 92 has retired, and that will give Bradley Wall a win by default. Maximus not able to contest the second run of the battle, therefore it's now over to Bradley Wall to advance into the top 16, that being the second driver to get there after Jack Bennett, obviously, and our Byrons.
I'm not too sure what's been going on at the start line.
We've got a tyre wall that needs to be reset because Ryan decided he was going to take the tyres for a little jaunt.
Right.
A very short, sharp, fast journey about 10 yards away.
S-chassis drivers, man, honestly.
Yeah. I'm not saying a word about. Not saying a word about speakers, to be fair.
Looks like we are ready to go again.
Yeah, all our marshals there back on post. So something you will notice about Pembrey is we're quite well staffed here.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, there's an awful lot of marshals on every post. So obviously we have our marshals and we have the actual marshals for Pembrey Circuit. So we're going to flip around. We're going to go again. Now it's on Stefan to keep his nose clean behind Ryan. Obviously he knows he's riding a 10-0 here, so he's definitely going to be. I think Stefan, as tactical as the Bulgarian badman can be.
Oh yeah, definitely. But Ryan's got to put it all down now in that S15 as they initiate in Stefan Stefanov trying to go with him. A bit of a slow initiation compared to what Stefan was probably expecting. But now they come for out of cut 4. Doing a nice job so far. Oh, it's looking a bit shallow on the angle between the two of them as they come around through the Manji section, transitioning into the last section. Stefan knows he does not need to go crazy. He is pulling back. He is going to keep it safe. And that is a very, very tactical chase there from Stefan Stefanov.
So we'll get them down to Princess G-Tech over there, the lovely Amber. And don't worry, if anybody's hearing a weird noise, they both have twin plate clutches in those cars. And Stefan Stefanov gets the win, knocking Ryan Toporovsky out of competition. A very, very harsh slam of the door there. Maybe Ryan's not happy with himself.
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of money on the line on these events, especially for the drivers. In the Class 1, there's a lot of money to run these cars just for an event.
To be fair, I imagine it'd be more money in tyres. Anyway, we digress. Harry Love now leads in Matt Matsuri. Wow, an amazing chase so far from Matt Matsuri, but Harry Love doing what he does best in the qualifying line, making the less powerful S50. Oh! And off from Harry Love. Ooh, now, was that contact, or was that Harry Love getting lost in the smoke? I'm hearing drone pilots shouting lack of contact. So we're just having our chief technical advisor check the live stream. Yeah, no, looks like it was indeed just Harry Love just pushing way, way, way too hard. A very uncharacteristic mistake there from Dr. Love.
Potentially he was feeling the pressure from Matt coming through the first corner and just felt like
Matt's chase very, 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 very on it there to give Matt his due. That was definitely a strong chase run there.
Shall we just add as well, Matt did exactly what the judge wanted and said follow the lead car.
Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, no, but I'd say that there's
to a letter.
Yes, follow the lead car, even if he ends up upside down on the top of the tyre wall.
He has to match the angle of the flip.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that's
Matt actually would.
At that point, it becomes more about gymnastics than drifting.
Especially for your neck. Jesus.
Yes. Oh God, can you imagine? Yes.
But now we got Matt Matsuri in the lead, Harry Love in the chase. So Matt's got a big advantage here going in. So Harry's got to put it all on the line as they come around now into our cut 3. So far, so good between the two of them. Harry sacrificing a bit of his line though, falls behind, and as they come around into the last corner, it's not looking too good there for Harry as they come across the line. What do you think to that?
Well, there was a big straighten from Harry Love there on the back stretch of the circuit. Unfortunately, I don't know if you saw it, but it was either straighten or a zero angle drift. But obviously, from where we are, they look one and the same. So I'm not sure it's going to be. I think Harry Love's probably going to be a little bit PO'd with himself, to be fair, unfortunately. But he is applauding Matt Matsuri, which is definitely a good sign. And Matt Matsuri gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Plow moves it on and takes out the round 2 champion, Harry Love, in his place. Well done to Matt Matsuri. Unfortunately, commiserations to Harry. He's got a lot of work to do now. Martin Richards has to put the back end of the car back together, hang some new doors on it, new glass. It's not going to be an overnight job, unfortunately, but he's got plenty of time to Three Sisters.
Oh, yes.
So, unfortunately, yes.
We do have a month.
Yeah,
between,
well, Harry Love obviously a win at Driftland, I think a 5th or 6th place finish at round 3. Didn't attend the first round, and now unfortunately out in top 32 here. But sometimes you win them, sometimes you lose them. Anyway, as we go off to Mr. Psycho in the wife's car, leading in Rusty Tom. Steve Lynch on a very wide line there. Rusty doing a great job of sticking with him in the PS, but now Steve Lynch starts to pull a gap as he clicks 37th gear. Oh, and I see a cone over there. Looks like a bit of a dirt drop from Rusty. And an almost over rotation from Rusty at the very end of the lock stops there. Wow. He will now be sat up to here in his own sweat.
To be fair, Stephen Lynch really pushing the limits of that car. Obviously,
it's easy when it's not yours.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, you're not wrong. But to see Vicky Lynch's Class 2 car get pushed that hard.
Yeah, but it is an extremely similar setup. You know, you don't really have to. Steve, that obviously when that car used to be an M54 turbo, and Steve's was the turbo V8 that he's got now. It's a very, very different animal.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas now, I almost think those cars are such a similar spec that they're almost plug and play, rinse and repeat. You could put Steve and Vicky's and Steve's.
Yeah.
I think they'll be able to give as good of an account of themselves. Because obviously Vicky, at the previous round, actually campaigned Steve's car for Pro 2. So it's definitely doable. Again, it's like, it's just like riding the same model of bicycle, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's swapsies.
Indeed, literally swapsies. I sometimes wonder if Steve would put a wig on and go out for Vicky to qualify.
I'll pay to see that.
I'd love to see that. That'd be so funny. Have to shave his stubble off though, won't he? Because I don't know. I suppose
We can wax it.
Yeah. Oh God. Do you want to get your chin waxed? Because I certainly don't.
So now we're just waiting to send them back. I do believe we're just making sure that everything's right with the track as we have them now swapped around. Obviously, I was watching Drift Masters with Rusty last night, actually.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you sit and watch it? Yeah. So incidentally, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was a very, very good night for one certain family.
Oh yes. I mean, I know Harry Kerr and Nat are going to be very happy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course they are. It's a big fraternity, isn't it? As Rusty now to lead in Stephen Lynch. Rusty doing a very, very good job here, but Psycho sticking with him so far. Rusty a little bit shallow on clip 3. Whoa, and catching a lot of understeer. Oh, and over the top of the tyre wall from Rusty Tom. Oh my goodness me. That looked like a hell of a hit.
My gosh, that was violent. I'm just looking at the replays there, and he actually goes 4 wheels off the floor.
Yeah, that was. I'm gonna. In fact, I'm actually going to tell Rusty that that's what happened. So
I'm pretty sure he could believe that. To be honest.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to go to snip off the commentary booth here.
Look at that. It's a shame to see that car in such a state.
Yeah, very, very, very sad there. The SPR garage FPS 13 looking a lot less happy now. But fortunately, the good news about it is all the safety equipment. These cars are very, very safe.
Yep.
And
So
Stephen Lynch gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, advancing on. I'm going to very, very quickly just grab Rusty while the marshals reset all of the bits of bumper and various other bits and bobs. So I'm going to let Rusty Tom know that he's swooped the carnage.
That is definitely in a sorry state.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of bumper on the bottom of this PS13. Hello, Mr. Simpson, how are you? You broke your clutch pedal. What? Oh my goodness me. Okay, so it was a mechanical failure that unfortunately sent Tom into the wall. Broken clutch pedal has ended his weekend with a lot of aero to fiberglass back over. Are you okay though, sir? You did go 4 wheels off the ground, so you've now got the award for the biggest jump. Well done to you, my friend. Good to see you. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the chaos that sometimes can unfold. Fortunately, it's nothing more than a clutch pedal, a bumper, and a bruised ego, and possibly some tube work. Could have been a hell of a lot worse if
definitely.
all the factors had been in play.
I'm impressed that intercooler actually took it, to be fair. Like, the intercooler's almost unscathed.
Yeah, shout out to whoever built that intercooler. They're very, very good at what they do.
To be fair, the combat eyes have come out unscathed as well. One's just been knocked out of position, maybe flexed a little bit.
Imagine if that was a set of PS13 bricks. We'd have to start a GoFundMe.
But now we have Martin Monaco in the lead with Harvey Moore in the chase. That chaser is absolutely flying through the first corner as they come around into the transition to outer 4. Looking very nice, Harvey Moore trying to get the dive in that E36 as they come around through the Manji now. Martin Monaco looking very solid on the lead. Look at the dive from Harvey Moore there, but has to pull away. He almost makes contact as they come across the line. What a run there from Martin. Harvey just making maybe a bit too much of a heroic dive there.
Yeah, absolutely. That can definitely not end the best. It can always, like I say, sometimes a big dive will work out and you come out of it a hero. But there's just as many times when they end up at your detriment. So
Indeed. It's bless you, Harry.
Yes, unfortunately, your humble commentator does suffer a bit with the old hay fever. So yes,
this must suck around here.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I usually do.
I'm really bad around dry grass.
That's everywhere.
Yeah. So I'm not taking my glasses off because my eyes are red raw underneath.
So now we're just getting Harvey Moore into the lead, Martin Monaco into the chase. Switch him around that base surf shop. Chaser looking absolutely stunning. But now we have them back out again. Harvey Moore in the lead with that crazy sounding V8 in that E36. But look at this, from Martin Monaco touching the back of Harvey Moore as they come around now into our clip 4. Transition is nice. Maybe it's just a bit of a straight in there for Martin Monaco, but as they come through to Namaji, he manages to get the run back together as they come around now. Look at this from Martin Monaco in the chase. Lovely stuff so far, coming across the line.
Yeah, I don't call him the Intimidator for nothing.
Yeah, he is. He is something. I mean, did you see how he touched the rear of Harvey's car coming through in a clip 2?
There's definitely a bit of combat grey on that white somewhere.
I think it was his front wing that touched. Very, very impressive driving from both of these drivers, but there can only be one winner moving into the top 16.
Yeah, obviously, gentlemen, we have to make sure that. So obviously, chasing close is an awesome thing, but you have to leave the lead car room to transition.
Exactly.
And if a lead car transitions across you, you haven't left room, he takes your front end off. And Harvey Moore gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I definitely need to go and ask the judges there what the call
on
was.
the way over.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm on the way
my
on that
chief
one.
technical advisor is going to
So
go
are
give
we
the
going to
judge a
go Brad or
microphone.
Ed? Oh, so we've got Ed this time.
Yeah, we saw an independent error from Martin in his lead coming into clip 4, where he had a big straight and caused Harvey to go very inside off of that, and then he was stuck in Martin's smoke as he came across the track, and obviously way offline, so that was a 10-0. And then flip it the other way around. Harvey seemed to have a good entry into 4, maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but it was manageable, and he was on A line. And again, Martin had an issue on the transition coming into that corner. So yeah, just a clear win there.
No, brilliant. Thank you for that, Ed. I'm sure we'll be back later on this afternoon.
So yeah, that was our Judge Ed Dyer there talking to Anthony, our chief technical advisor, as our chief technical advisor's got more of a ring to it. So unfortunately, yeah, just again a catalogue of errors there for both drivers. Just drivers just trying to push real hard. So obviously, again, it's the most difficult job in all of motorsport. I think you'll agree with me, being a judge.
Oh yeah, I've done it myself. Not fun.
I refuse to ever do it, and it's not something I ever want to do. I've got no desire to be a judge.
I think the main thing to be a judge is to have your stand by your calls and kind of know that your role is essential and just not.
The best advantage I can see to being a judge is that you won't have to buy as many Christmas presents the next year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But no, it's very important to be standing by your calls and believing in what you see. So definitely not an easy job. It can be very intimidating from time to time, but obviously drivers are like sharks in the water. You don't let them smell the blood, you don't let them smell the fear, otherwise they'll come at you. From personal experience. Ryan Craig, I'm looking at you. I know you're probably watching. It's all love. So now we're going to have our next buy run, and I do believe this is Ryan Hughes from what I know.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. Ryan Hughes, Team Garage 500, that beautiful GD86 with the 1,000 horsepower, 1,000 ponies under the hood, sequential box, Cylex ECU, Winters, quick change, the whole bag of masses. Ryan flexing, big entry there from Ryan Hughes. Absolutely hammering the limiter on that JZ. What an incredible sounding vehicle that car is. It's genuinely, I've said it before, I'll say it again, my favourite thing on the grid, no question about it, is the car I would take home. As Ryan does exactly what he did in qualifying, puts on a great show for you guys. Really look forward to seeing Ryan in battles a little bit later on. He has definitely got his mojo with that car.
Definitely. It is a symphony of sound with that GT86.
A symphony of sound, I like that. So it's my favourite car on the grid, but it's still not the one I take home, because every time I glance over to that bank, my eyes are drawn immediately to that beautiful bay window camper.
Yeah, to be fair.
Yeah, it has a pop top. I've never seen one with a pop top. See
To be fair, same.
Oh, yeah, say the bay window camper is, I think definitely a super cool van. I'm getting away from people who own it. It's a very, very lovely van, guys. But Volkswagens, obviously, I have a soft spot for Volkswagens. And another man who has a soft spot for Volkswagens is unfortunately the man who bowed out Jack Bennett in competition. But his results as a drifter do not change his ability as a Volkswagen Audi technician. And Matt will work on everything from one of those old microbuses that's older than my father to a 2025 SQ8. He's not bothered. If it has a Volkswagen, Audi, Skoda or Seat badge on it, he will fix it. He will be a man. So please make sure that if you guys are on the south coast anywhere, you take your Volkswagen Audi group vehicle. I'm seeing a lot of VAG cars up there. I can see a cool little S1, a bright yellow S1 up there. Do like an S1. It's like having a fast four-wheel drive shoe. And it's definitely, again, those little EA-AAA modes. Marco Zaccaril runs one of those engines now in
yes, he does, don't he?
Yeah, Volkswagen EA-AAA.
So we're now ready for our next run.
We are indeed. So I'm going to get off of Volkswagen and I'm going to talk about JZX100 versus E46. This is Shane Faber Roofing, another team guy from boy, against Hayden Cruikshank, the wild man, in the Colour Sanix Pro. Good entry from Shane Faber there, hitting the rev limiter on the JZ as Hayden, a bit of a straight there, check up and a reinitiate, which puts Hayden in a weird place on track. Shane Faber now standing on the loud pedal, trying to run away from that monster LS under the bonnet of the JZX100. Was talking to Hayden today, and apparently the car's not on the party pulley, it's on the medium cog, which is just under 1,000, 977.
That is insane.
Yeah, the party pulley's 1,100.
What?
Harry, you know when you actually spoke to Hayden, did you look inside at how many buttons he's got down there?
Yeah, it's incredible.
Did you see the one that's smoke?
Yes, it's great, isn't it? It's like a...
Honestly,
yeah,
I can't believe it's
obviously Hayden spends a lot of time in front of a mixing desk, so the 6,000 buttons will come quite naturally to him. It's most definitely the... one of the most incredible builds, obviously. Mark Kelly over there at Two Roads has done just an insane job of building that car, making it the incredible machine it is. Apparently that was a mint low mileage one lady owner NA chaser. What do you?
Each to their own. It's built for purpose. So.
You want an M3 and a mint low mileage chaser, you'd almost call it sacrilege.
Yeah.
As Hayden now to lead in Shane Faber. Hayden pulling a much smaller gap this time compared to Shane. Shane doing a much better job staying with Hayden as Hayden, whoa, Doctor! Hayden almost drops a wheel, catches Shane out a little bit. Shane checks up, reinitiates, but does a very, very good job of dealing with the slight wobble from the lead car there as Hayden just kisses the dirt on the exit of the circuit and across the line. Round of applause for Hayden Cruikshank and Shane Faber, ladies and gentlemen. Shane in his first ever competition here. Roofer by trade, awesome drift car builder by night. It's quite an incredible thing, that M3. I do like it very much.
Funnily enough, I was talking to Harry Kerr during the track invasion, and I was saying about how there's another 46 that's very similar to it. And he was saying, no, that one's actually fancier than mine because it's got the gearbox.
It's got a sequential, it's got a quick gearbox in it, yeah.
It's like, I mean...
Yeah. See, Hayden's is not a sequential, Hayden's is a dog box.
And it is going to be
Shane Faber for the win, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Faber advances to top 16, knocking out one of the all-time showmen of UK drifting. Shane, very, very good effort in your first ever competition, my man. Very, very good job.
That is insane.
So hopefully Hayden also said, tempted with Three Sisters. He's going to check his diary, and hopefully we might see him again at the next round with Mr. Dango. Put the partnership back together.
It would be really nice to re-establish the Gentleman's Drift Club, which obviously back in the old days was Dango, Hayden, and this man, Hugh Saville, who's now battling the Irish phenom, Harry Kerr. Harry Kerr on a great initiation there, doing an absolutely incredible lead run, as we know he's got it in him to do. Hugh Saville's doing his best to stick with him, not get lost in the smoke from the E46. Doing a great job so far, Hugh Saville, to chase Harry Kerr. Obviously, we know Harry Kerr, he's no pushover, and Hugh has to do absolutely everything to stick with him. And a round of applause from the judges there. Very, very good job from both drivers. I think they're going to be splitting hairs on that run.
No, definitely. I was speaking to Hugh during the track invasion once again, and the one thing I asked him was, how do you feel about going into your top 32? And he's like, I'm against Harry Kerr. That's all I have to say. I was like, yes, but there are people who, anything can happen.
He might add his name to a really small pool of people here if he's not careful.
Yep.
You've got Harry Love, Dylan Garvey, and Dwayne McKeever.
Yeah, it's impressive though on Harry's end as well. to know that few have beaten him.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Well, I haven't beaten him, but yeah, other people have beaten him. But yeah, it's definitely it's actually not that crazy of a car for a pro spec car in Ireland.
no,
There's still
yeah,
a diesel
definitely.
gearbox, everything like that. So anyway, we digress. It's now Hugh to lead out Harry Kerr. Hugh with a big entry, but on very little angle there. Harry Kerr being slightly caught out by the slow car. Hugh almost dropping a wheel. Harry having to be very, very careful, very measured behind him. Whoa! Very, very tight transition there. Not sure if there was contact or if that was just Harry chasing his own glides. As Harry Kerr pushes Hugh Saville around to the end of the circuit. My goodness me.
I can hear the crowd. Actually, I can hear an applause coming from the bank.
What, you can hear all 6 people that are awake?
Yeah.
This is one of the deadest crowds I've ever had, unfortunately. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Hugh Saville and Harry Kerr as we wait for the decision. Oh, I heard a smattering of applause. I can't hear anything. All I can hear is the fans on Hugh Saville's engine.
That and the drone.
So I've just rewatched that footage,
Techers.
and that was a piece of paper.
Yeah,
Definitely a piece of paper, Jack.
that is a Techers transition for you there, ladies and
That was
gentlemen.
nearly Hugh lost the
Second
front
round of
bumper.
applause going up from the judges. And Harry Kerr gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, advances to the top 16, keeps his championship charge alive. Very, very good show there from Hugh Saville. Absolutely incredible, my man. Hugh, from all of us here, we're so happy to have you back, dude, and we hope you come back for another one. Please, for the love of God, bring that beautiful Corolla up to Three Sisters with you.
Honestly, that was the first chat I had with him since I first sat in it.
What's crazy about Hugh is he's going to put that away, put it in the trailer, take it home with the Range Rover, get the McLaren out. How good's that? As Sonny Moore leads in Chrissy Nayland. Sonny Moore, 2J powered BMWs. Sonny obviously with the E46, Chrissy with the M92. Sonny absolutely running away from Chrissy Nayland, who's normally one of the fastest, most foot flat drivers out there. Doing whoa, and an over-rotation from Chrissy Nayland. Has to absolutely stand on it and dial the lock on there. Don't think he was over the line there. That's probably going to be a big deduction from Chrissy. It's going to be on him to force an error.
Definitely. I mean, you can hear going through the Manji section the amount of clutch kicks that Sonny was doing just to keep that car going with that 4-speed box, if I'm correct.
Yep, 4-speed sequential. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's all he's got.
Yep.
Hold on a sec, Chrissy. Oh,
definitely.
looks like we might be calling 5 minute.
Yeah, Chrissy. Ooh. Chrissy's. Okay, yeah, so just had confirmation. Chrissy Nayland, number 439, is calling a 5-minute rule. Something possibly a little bit wrong with that slightly undressed E92 now. Chrissy, apparently, he was telling me earlier that he was raging, which I think means angry in Scottish. He was raging about his bumper because that's a custom kit on that car, and he's obliterated his bumper into 1,000 bits.
Unfortunately, though, you can't have these kind of things in drifting and expect them to survive.
No, unfortunately, you're always going to, eventually you'll come a cropper. It's just a question of how long, really, isn't it? So.
There's another bloke in Scotland's Driftland local, Wee Stu, and he is the definition of why you shouldn't have fancy parts in grassroots events.
I remember that name, Wee Stu.
Yep.
Yeah, he used to be.
The obliterator.
He used to be cool. Oh, did I say that on the mic? Oops. Sorry, Stu. I do genuinely miss wee Stu driving his S15. It was so cool to watch. Obviously, Stu has actually had some really cool cars. He had the 324 with the BM V8 in it. That was a cool car, M5 V8 under the bonnet. And then he treated himself to a nice stroker, a sequential Winters Wisefab Monster S15.
These days, he's just on a EV36 Touring. That's almost just panels.
That one that's ready for the scrapyard, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah. It
It's
looks good.
just holding itself together.
It's only the grimy bits holding it
So
together.
while we're just waiting, so Mr. Dango's come back. Hayden's car was a Mint 2J Chaser Turbo, actually.
Okay, yeah,
Stand
okay,
corrected.
sorry, my bad. I thought it was a natural aspect. I thought an old lady owned it, so it was actually
I-
a turbo chaser that Hayden
I
Cruikshank.
said check your phone because he's probably thrown a load of messages at you and loads
Yeah,
of abuse for getting
I
that
can
wrong.
imagine. Yes, thank you, Chief Technical Advisor Anthony. As Joe Smith now leaves the line for his Byron. Joe, obviously one of our top 3 qualifiers, meaning that all he has to do is initiate drift and get himself a run in the books. But Joe, not intending to do that. He wants to feel that car out. He's had a lot of hardship this year, should I say. He has definitely got it dialed in and singing now. Only being kept on the top spot by Arunas and Ryan Hughes, both very accomplished drivers. And Joe in his first year in the big class with the new 1JZ power plant. Absolutely great to see that car on song and great to see Joe, because my God, can he drive.
Oh yeah.
You know, I always think Joe. So Joe, I think, looks a bit like Ansel Elgort, who played Baby Driver. If you actually meet Joe, you'll see what I mean. And I always, when he has his Ray-Bans on, he literally looks like Baby Driver. It trips me out. Like, oh, is that what he's doing now?
Brilliant. I've just got a quick announcement to the public. If you've lost your mobile phone, we have received a phone at the merch tent. So if you want to go and claim that, it is at the merch tent. Thank you.
What kind of phone is it? I need a new phone.
You're terrible.
I need a new phone.
I don't know.
As Ryan Burgess now leaves the line in the lead, Jamie Stanton in the chase.
So here we go, Ryan Burgess. Jamie Stanton trying to get the dive, almost manages to make it work, does have to pull back. Ryan Burgess doing a good job in the lead so far though, very committed. Jamie trying to get the proximity as he comes through the Manji section. Will he get the dive? Yes, he will. He's right on the rear quarter of that 1M as they come around the cross line. Little bit of a dirt drop there from Ryan Burgess, but a good job between the two of them.
Can I just show you this? So this is a photo that I've just been sent this. This is Tyler Howells, who managed to get a still photo of Harry chasing Hugh Savile, and I don't even think a sheet of paper would have fit in there. I think the only reason they didn't make contact is because the E46 has the kick in on the nose. Literally, it's genuinely, that is probably the most techers transition you've ever seen in your life. What a shot though, Tyler, incidentally.
Yeah.
You need to send that to Harry Kerr.
Probably one of the filthiest transitions you'll see, period. But that's what we like to see, precision. That is what it's all about. And these guys are the best of the best.
I mean, in all fairness, Harry Kerr, like that, there's no takeaway from that young boy. He has earned his stripes. He's still only 21 years of age, that young lad. He's definitely not an elder statesman yet, but he's definitely picking up some big scalps.
So now we have Jamie Stanton in the lead with Ryan Burgess in the chase. That Hog and Bog 1M. Here we go, E36 versus 1 Series, two very different generations. Looking nice through inner clip 2 so far. Ryan Burgess struggling to get the proximity though. Jamie Stanton's absolutely flying through the course as they come through now in the Manji. Ryan doing the best of his ability to get onto the door of Jamie, but it's kind of working there, but definitely, but shut down there as they come through over the line. We're going to have to see what the judges think of that. Oh, yeah, we got Danny Grundy in the tower with us.
This potentially has championship implications for us here, because obviously second place, Jamie Stanton, 30 points behind Harry Kerr. But if the Hogmeister has knocked him out of competition here, that's going to be a huge scalp, not only for Ryan Burgess, but a massive blow for Jamie Stanton's championship hopes. Incidentally, I should also say, Jamie Stanton's mum came up and corrected me on the grid walk that she brought the engine up to Three Sisters, not Jamie Harmer. Mrs. S, I'm very sorry. I consider myself chastened and corrected.
So
we've got some serious deliberation going on with the judges as Ryan and Jamie, little and large, chalk and cheese over there. And Jamie Stanton gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking Ryan Burgess out of competition, but keeping his championship dreams alive. I think definitely a hard call there. Ryan, very well done, man. We love you.
Very good battle indeed. We're joined up here now with
We've got a third guest commentator just for a little while.
Well, seeing as I couldn't qualify this weekend, I thought I'd join you guys up in the booth. It's good to have you. We've got the best seat in the house for up here.
It's quite good up here, Danny. Now, I'm not going to say a poor workman blames his tools, but incidentally, as Meredith creates with Jamie Briggs in the Jamie actually having to fling that little golf in behind. Oh! Jamie crossed up. He has just been sick in his helmet.
No, he meant to do that.
Give it 360 slide. That's yeah. Literally, I think I'd say that was probably in a car that short. That was like an eyeball spin dryer.
Oh,
it was like, you remember when Ken Block used to do centre diff 360s in the Subarus? That's basically what he did there.
Yeah, he's
unfortunately that's probably tipped the odds in Neridge's favour there. But really glad that Jay managed to get that car back. Yeah. So obviously, cool thing about that car, people don't know this, but it's 5 lug in the front, 4 lug in the back. You know, because it's an MX-5 rim but a BMW front. So it must be a nightmare to get wheels for it.
Oh yeah. I love it though, because anything
It's
that's
very, very cool.
anything MX5,
Not quite as
I'm a
cool
fan
as a
of.
Type 3 kit at Zenki. Who owns a Type 3 kit at Zenki? Oh, yeah, that guy stood immediately to your left there. Hi, Danny Grundy. What happened to your clutch pedal?
Well, I think the second gear starts at Silverstone last weekend took their toll on the poor clutch. He's held together all season, but this event was one too much for
Is
it.
it a posh clutch in that thing?
Yeah, it's one of the twin plate clutches.
Okay,
So
yeah.
generally they take a bit of service. Obviously, I missed out on this occasion.
That sounds
but
about
here
right.
come the cars now for the entry.
Go on then, Danny. You do this run if you like.
Jamie with a nice entry. Got Norwich's sneaking up the inside. Jamie a bit shy of that clip. Nice and deep there, allowing Norwich's up there. Jamie a bit of a handbrake drag there where he shouldn't. Norwich's diving up the inside onto the door. Oh, Norwich's just what we wanted to see. Jamie, great lead, good as he could.
I think we've just been sacked, Brandon.
I don't know if you saw Harry there, but there was a section of track which isn't a decel zone, and to see Jay pull his handbrake there was a big breath in. But
Yeah, absolutely. I think obviously working hard to try and overturn a 10-0, maybe not to be on this occasion. So we're just going to get them down to Amber there, Princess G-Tech. Nera just out of the car. Jamie folding himself out of the little Golf. It's like a clown car, that thing. It's amazing to watch somebody fold themselves out of it, almost.
So let me ask you guys a question. Which car would you rather be driving? The Golf?
Any day of the week. I'm a dubber Mark 1 Golf. But apparently the superior car on this particular occasion. Nera just gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie finishes off the semi-slicks.
To be fair, I kind of agree with you on the Golf. Partially also to the fact that it's running MX5 components.
It's just so damn cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think, parts for the rear end, like the rear assembly, is going to be much cheaper.
I don't care about spares. I care about the fact that it's a Mark 1 Golf that drifts.
Yeah, but MX5 components.
Stop,
for the rear
right.
is
I'm sorry.
nice and
I'm
cheap.
normally the technical person doing the dollars and cents, right? On this particular occasion, no, right? Is Mark 1 Golf, is cool, looks mint, does rips, is awesome, right? It's other than the Ryan Hughes' G86, that's the one I'd want. Incidentally now, so we've got the one man keeping the charge alive for the Pro 2 grid. Hayden Renton now comes flying down on a great line so far, with Josh Dunning sticking right to him in the skid race. Boss, absolutely incredible kitted S14 as Hayden now transitions through, obviously pedaling every single one of those 300 horsepower. Hayden obviously still in the class that Josh left last year, moved up to the big class 2024. So obviously the guys have driven together before, but Josh is on road tyres, so the semi-slick's probably causing a good bit of grip advantage there in the chase. Danny, do you find that there's a massive difference between road tyres and semi-slicks on your car?
Yeah, absolutely. The road tyre not really giving the far superior grip that the Westlakes, the likes of the Westlakes, a lot of the other tyre brands that are on the grid, but it's just a night and day difference. When I put the semi-slicks on the back of my car, it's like watching the video in fast forward. Things just happen so much quicker, and the speed that the car can carry throughout the track it's honestly insane. To commit to that first corner, you almost got to aim to go off the track in order to get that clip. It really takes some commitment from all of these drivers.
That sounds brave. That's the word I would use there. It's brave.
Yeah.
But we're going to flip around. We're going to go again.
Here we go. The okay kitted Boss S14 in my opinion, with Hayden in the chase as well. Hayden really struggling to kind of keep up with that S14 though. Has to cut a lot of the track coming through 4 as they come through the Manji section now. That 36 compact is really having to struggle. He has to get the push and the dive through our clip 7, doing a nice job though, and across the line. Definitely not an easy one for Hayden there.
No, massive power difference there with the 1.5J under the bonnet of the Skid Risk S14, which has still got the coolest kit on it in the world. Don't at me.
I will.
I can already feel the messages pinging saying I'm wrong. I'm not wrong.
I'll agree with them. Definitely an interesting battle. Two very different cars, two very different kind of drivers, and obviously horsepower difference. It's always good to see kind of a David and Goliath situation. Obviously we had Ryan Milton versus Luke Talley yesterday, so that was a very interesting, it's almost a kind of similar situation in some form. But once again, there can only be one winner, and the judges are deliberating to get the right call. As we await on that decision. Both cars looking really pretty though. I won't lie, I'm a sucker for white and pink. It is I do quite like it. It's nice two colours that go together. It kind of reminds me of ice cream.
That boss kit on the front of that S14 as well, very controversial. Some people
the
are a
best kit
big
in the
lover
world.
of it, some people not so much. I'm a bit on the fence myself.
I'm towards not liking it. But hey, it's a Marmite situation. You either love it or you hate it. As I do believe we are getting the call in. So moving on to the top 16. Oh no, maybe. Still deliberating. These judges are really in for it. Oh wait, moving on to top 16. It's one more time,
ladies and gentlemen.
Clearly
Wow.
that was a close call for the
So we're
judges
gonna get
to
them
make
sent
there,
in,
and
get
we're
them
going to
some
go
fresh
one more time.
Sorry about that, guys. Harry's trying to use his microphone. He's sort of turned himself off again. No, again. Press button.
We're having a little bit of an issue with
There you
the
go, you're on now.
microphones. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a bit of a technological caveman, but yeah, no. Say obviously just not able to split them on this particular occasion, so we are just going to send them around, and we're going to send them again. I think
So-
it's definitely a. So this is now a one more time. Chrissy Nellen called. Pardon me, not one more time. The end of a 5-minute rule. Excuse me. So Chrissy Nellen called the 5-minute rule. Now he's out to try and take on Sonny Moore in the 2JE46. Chrissy Nellen banging the limiter in that E92 as he swings it in. Very, very wide from Chrissy Nellen, but Sonny sticking with him as best as he can. Wow, look at the dive from Sonny Moore there, right on the door. Dropping back a little bit now for some roots transition.
Wow.
Bringing it down into the final clipping zone and across the line.
Lovely stuff there. So I was just speaking to the judges about the previous battle, why it came to an OMT. Obviously, both sides were a bit too hesitant on the chase. Very equal leads. Both made mistakes on the chase, which they just want them to rerun. And yep, so that's the reason for that. But obviously, we're just going to be getting a result for this battle. Chrissy putting on a good show.
I think the 2J BMW's got it, and Sonny Moore gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking Chrissy out of the competition. Chrissy apparently not sad about that. Understood the reason for it, and very proud of you, Chrissy, my man. Very well done to you, dude.
Gotta say, I do love delivery on that car.
It's great, isn't it?
It's
Chrissy
tiny.
puts so much time and effort into making sure that car is absolutely perfect for him. Like I say, Chrissy, even with a broken back, Chrissy worked on that car himself. Chrissy had a really bad accident where he came off of a dirt bike and compacted 10 vertebrae, and he put on an NFL-style flak jacket and was out skidding 4 weeks later. Said, "Oh,
Jesus.
the doctor said it's not a good idea, but I don't care."
I had a chat with owner of a detailing company about sponsorship before, and he was always saying about how he doesn't want to sponsor drifters because they don't take care of their cars. I'm like, really? Because
He's not fishing in the right ponds there.
Oh, yeah.
As we move on to the first battle of the top 16, this will be Arunas to take on Jack Bennett. Look at the entry from Arunas there. Absolutely nailing it so far. What an incredible job as Jack Bennett absolutely pedaling that little E46 to keep up with him. I never thought I'd call that E46 little, but compared to that massive wide E92 of Arunas, but just gets himself on the centre of the circuit there, not where they just want to see them and across the line.
definitely went for the big, got the proximity, but then maybe searched a bit too quick and had to pull out.
I mean, the trouble is when you're going up against the Runas, you've kind of got to go loaded for bear. You don't really have a choice. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no taking it easy with the Runas. You know, it's not a. He's not a pushover.
Oh no, definitely not. And
Danny Grundy, who was your best battle of all time against?
Oh, there's been James Dean's good battle. I think the first one that comes to mind's got to be Nick Brady back in
Oh,
2016
God, now there's a
BDC.
name from back in the day.
The days of Drift Games running this series.
Yeah, absolutely.
That battle, door on door,
Nick
going
Brady
one more
had the
time.
Skyline at the time.
That's
Yes,
correct, the
yes.
R33.
Yeah,
That
super
was
cool car.
intense.
Yeah.
I probably let my my fierce, aggressive driving rule over me, where I should have probably played it cool and just had an easy win. But that wasn't really my style on that day.
That's never been your style.
We battled hard for that one.
I wish I'd been there. We are indeed, yes. So it's going to flip around, go again. Jack Bennett now to lead out Arunas. Big weight transfer entry from Jack Bennett. Arunas right there with him, slightly more towards the inside of the circuit than Arunas was, and possibly bringing him out of the clipping zone. But and Arunas opposite drift shuts down. Now, was that an issue with the lead car, or was that Arunas just losing something? But again, look, the car doesn't look like it's behaving itself. Was it a drive shaft? Possibly. It didn't look like it was behaving itself. That was very, very weird, very uncharacteristic mistake from Arunas there.
Definitely.
It took most definitely. So Brandon's going over there to review the tape. So we will get a brief view of what went on. Now, if this ended up being an impedance, then it will obviously swing the battle in Arunas' favour. If it wasn't, then that might very well be Jack Bennett taking a very, very big scalp there and knocking out the two-time champion.
To be fair, look, I've just been looking at that replay while the judges have been reviewing that, and it's hard to say. It's really hard to say. It's a question of, was there an issue with the lead, or was it down to Arunas going in a bit too hard? But
it looks like it's being absolutely frame by frame here.
It is.
Yeah. Danny Grundy, what's it like standing there waiting for a decision?
It's tense. It is very tense. I mean, when you're in the car waiting for a decision, it's nerve-wracking, but the judges are looking over these replays to make sure they've got the right decision here. It's tense.
And for those of you guys wondering, Arunas is not wearing tassels on his race suit. Those are the arm restraints that we require drivers to run if they're not running a window. So obviously it stops them flailing their arms out. As our favourite drone over there gets a wonderful view of us. Another one with the crazy 3D printed skulls, which I think are absolutely incredible. Such a cool looking thing.
Cheers, fellas.
Can you do a backflip? Make everyone at home sick. Hey! Make everyone watching the stream throw up.
We love it.
Absolutely, yeah, brilliant. I wish I could fly one of those other things. They look like the most incredible fun, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look easy though.
No. I think it's a super skilled thing. I mean, like Toby's gonna become a vital asset to the country if we ever go to war with the level of skills he's got with those drones.
Oh yeah.
Aaron is signalling that he wants a one more time there.
Yeah, he always wants a one more time. All of his crew always want a one more time as well. I got sick of them chanting it at me at Teesside.
I need more.
If it was up to Little Lithuania, we'd never go home.
From a driver's perspective, I'd always say, yeah, let's go one more time if I felt I'd lost. So maybe he's feeling at a deficit.
Arunas gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the judges, I'm going to have to go over and have a chat with Brad McQueen there. Brad's actually beckoning me over.
In all fairness,
sorry, I'm going to grab Ed Dyer instead. Ed, what have we got?
We were deliberating that because of what was going on in clip 4 on that second run. We could see it looked like Jack got off the throttle into 4, and Arunas was getting in on the door, and it just looked like that slowdown just sent Jack on the inside, blinded Arunas behind him, and also Arunas had to check up, and it just set him on in the wrong place. So it was down to Jack having an issue there.
Oh, so there we go then. That's the explanation there for that call. So now we've got a battle of S-body superiority. So no Zenkis out there, unfortunately, Danny. But
no, guys, it's rare to see Zenkis these days. Everyone's normally done an S15 conversion front end or a 14.5. Yes, it's almost become a rarity.
Is it almost sacrilegious to you that? Because I'm a big believer in Zenki best.
It really is.
Anyway, Paul Cunnington will lead out Bradley Wall as the higher qualifier. Paul with a good weight transfer entry there across the circuit. Brad Wall touching his handy, but a lot of lock added for Brad Wall there and having to dial it back out and try and reinitiate behind him. But oh, goodness me. Oh, and a very, very soft impact with the tyres.
Just give it a kith.
Just give it a now kith.
Harry, that was certainly lighter than my impact with the tyres today.
Yes, it absolutely was, Danny.
I mean, it could be worse. You could be Rusty.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rusty's going to have a lot of time with the fiberglass. Looks like I think Brad has detached his bumper but not broken it, which is quite nice. Unless I feel like the bumper's still sat on the circuit, but the car's not attached to it anymore. So,
you know what? one thing I love watching is drivers scrub their fronts when they're going back for their second half. Because obviously on the track there's a lot of marbling that develops onto the tyres, so you have to scrub them off to get less chance of understeer, as you will know, Danny.
Yeah, I was just about to say that is absolutely crucial.
So there's an unethical life tip for you there. If you ever get caught swerving along the road, just say you're scrubbing the marbles off your tyres and that you are under the drink drive limit.
I don't know about you, but I've never even touched drink and driving.
No, me neither. Unethical life tips with Uncle Harry here. But yeah, Danny, I think you're absolutely right. It's definitely important. What were you about to say before I cut you off so rudely?
No, we've just got the S14 coming past us now. I'm just looking out to see if there's any damage that's been sustained on that sort of off the track there. Clearly he's lost his front bumper, but the car looks in one piece.
Look at the size of that intercooler on Brad Walls. It's huge. You could cool a marine engine down with that thing. It's a huge, great thing it is.
Yeah, his intake temperatures aren't a problem this weekend in the high heats that we have.
No, absolutely, and the RB obviously sounding absolutely beautiful in that car. It's such a crisp noise in RB. I really like them.
It's refreshing to hear when there's so many 2JZs out there.
Yeah, so many
the
2Js,
RB really that tone.
And you're pretty much doing it for the SR boys, aren't you?
I feel like I'm the only one still on the grid in Pro Class with a 4-cylinder.
Well, that gets you a lot of fans because you're sticking with the SR. Not least Yogi, of course.
They are coming in hot, Harry.
And they are indeed. Brad Wall to lead out with a big weight transfer entry there. On the limiter all the way, Paul Cunnington stuck with him like glue. Paul in the 2JS15, making sure he's well where he needs to be, giving Brad a little bit of room to transition through Mangiali there. Brad Wall now gathering the car up, checking up, slowing down, now standing on the loud pedal and across the line. Wow.
I felt that was a great lead.
It absolutely was.
But for that chase car to come through that wall of smoke took some commitment. So my points are with him, I think.
Yeah,
on this
no,
occasion.
absolutely. Yeah, at that point you're almost driving on feel, which is absolutely that's a real testament to Paul as a driver. Obviously, Paul had a little bit of time out of competition, but done a lot of seat time in that car at Matsuri's and whatever else. Obviously, Brad Wall, also Team Guide 500, lot of time driving at Matsuri. And indeed, Paul Cunnington getting the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking Brad Wall, hometown hero, Bath's finest, out of competition in top 16. But Brad, absolutely amazing drive today, man. Really happy to have you with us. And also, as always, I love your car and thank you for the good deal on the Aristo.
Very, very nice stuff there between the two of these. Two very clean examples of different S chassis as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and also obviously Brad. Last time Brad was here, the car was very nearly a write-off. So when somebody spun into him, which was very, very damaging, it bent all the A-pillar in the car to have a load of time on the jig. So I suppose he'll be happy that it's just going back on the car in one piece.
Oh,
This should be an exciting one. We've got the one more time battle.
Yep.
Of the man trying to manfully keep the Pro 2 grid alive. The only person who took up the call. Everybody else, obviously, with varying commitments, one thing or another, possibly not wanting to damage borrowed car. Travel commitments for Luke Talley. The only person who decided he wanted to run today was Hayden Renton, because, hey, it's free seat time.
I almost believe that's an advantage, to be honest, because he might not quite have the machinery as some of the Pro Class today, but he has the seat time. And
Absolutely.
competing all of yesterday, the laps that he accumulated, the experience he has going into today, he is rocking with the Giants.
Yep, I watched Hayden drive since he was sort of 19, and since he was sort of 14, he's 19 now, and the young boy is a very, very, very gifted driver, and he knows that compact like the back of his hand.
I mean, the best part is as well, God, my train of thought just left as soon as I saw that 46 go down the pit lane.
I'm staring at Ryan Hughes' car.
Yep.
I just like I say, he needs to keep an eye on his keys. Definitely be running that back to Doncaster tonight. I'd probably go bankrupt putting fuel in it, but other than that, do you reckon it'll run on supermarket fuel?
I mean, it's not bad.
I mean, the best fuel you can get in the UK is from a supermarket.
Yeah, that's true.
There's Momentum 99, bit of Tesco's finest.
Oh,
what
yeah.
do you run in the 14, Danny, for fuel?
V-Power. With a little splash of ethanol for a little bit more timing and boost.
Ooh, yeah, because obviously people who don't know, ethanol has cooling properties, so it's the equivalent of running a higher octane fuel rating. So when you run E85, for example, E85, because it's 85% ethanol, has the equivalent octane rating of about 109. So it's effectively like running race fuel almost. But
A poor man's race fuel, but as he says, he's correct.
yeah, absolutely. But also, it's not necessarily poor ones because obviously you can get flex fuel adaptation kits for the cars, but not everything is designed for ethanol content in the fuel. Like I've seen a lot of late model BMWs running 85, and they get like the plastic timing chain guides swelling up because of the alcohol wash on the oil, and that alcohol actually reacts with the PLA that the guides are made out of and swells them up. So.
Just noticed we've got one of the on-site ambulances at the track. I'm not too sure what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, so it's just helping out the marshals with something.
Yeah,
doing
just
a delivery.
Yeah, just a bit of a special delivery there, courtesy of the I think it's called an Ecnolubma, because when you read it on the front, it says Ecnolubma.
Guys, haven't Pembrey absolutely spoilt us this weekend with weather that we've had? The bank's absolutely full of spectators. They have pulled out all the stops.
I know we're at a racetrack, you should be watching what's on the track, but the view around this circuit, it's probably one of the most picturesque circuits in the country. Like you genuinely, like it's almost like it's not even the same country. It's like being in rural France.
In 15 years of drifting, this is my first visit to Pembrey, and it has been absolute wow factor. The circuit is absolutely amazing, and this is one really cool layout that this circuit provides, but there's multiple others, so hopefully there's a lot of options for events going forward.
Absolutely, yeah. No, this is definitely a layout people seem to be loving, but plenty more to come. As Hayden Renton initiates now with Josh Dunning very, very close behind him in the Skid Risk S14. Hayden flicking the car exactly where it needs to be, up to clip 4, doing a very, very good job so far. But Josh Dunning absolutely sticking with him like glue, making sure that he doesn't get more than half a car length away. Oh, a little bit of a, maybe just a wobble there, or did he just not get the transition finished all the way? Either way, doesn't matter. Back up on the door and across the line, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very good run so far.
Not too shabby indeed. Obviously, Hayden wanting to kind of keep, like you've been saying, Class 2 alive. One thing I want to note, because we were talking about the scenery. If you've ever played Assetto Corsa and seen the skybox and the background scenery in the tracks, it's almost like an image around that's surrounding us. It's that beautiful. It just doesn't feel real. It feels like we're in a simulation.
It's like what's that film where he thinks he's in like a 1950s suburb, and then then all of a sudden you find out he's in some I can't remember the name of the film. That's gonna really annoy you. But like they turn the simulation off and he's in like this horrible dystopian ghetto. That's what's gonna happen when I walk out the gates. So we will flip them around and we will go again. It will be Josh Dunning to lead and Hayden Rent to chase. Josh absolutely swinging that S14 really far, pulling a bit of a gap on Renton Jr. there in a slightly less powered car, obviously only about 300 ponies under the hood of the compact. Get Mangiale out of the way for Josh Dunning, but Hayden now really closing up on him, trying to force an issue there, but Josh just making sure that he maintains it, and Hayden possibly stalling up a little bit there on too much angle. Number one more times here, people. Somebody's got to go through this time.
OMT.
Danny Grundy, are you sticking? You got an S body and an E36.
Yeah.
Where do your loyalties lie here?
Oh, do you know what? I think it's got to be with the S14, just for my love for JDM cars, going way back, watching old videos of drifting in Japan years ago. But the BMW chassis seem like the future. The chassis grip that these sort of cars are providing on these semi-slick tyres, they can go and battle with any of the Japanese best cars.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I think it's crazy when you see people in Japan using BMWs.
Yeah,
I think that's absolutely
they love
insane.
them over there.
They do, yeah. And like, I remember seeing a commentary once. It was like, here's a rare car in drifting, a BMW. Like, maybe rare where you're from.
There's one key point to that is parts for the S14 are a little bit more expensive than the E36. So I found my repair bill for the E36 was slightly smaller than what it is for the 14.
I mean, you say that, but Hayden is single-handedly destroying all the E36 indicators in the country, because Hayden's car has quick-release indicators that just fly off at random moments. I've seen it happen a lot of times. It's actually crazy because BMWs have got such an amazing following around the world, and I didn't realise that in South Africa there's an actual specific name for an E30-325i coupe. They call it a gashishi, and it's what they drive in spinning, which is when they do donuts in the cars and like lean out of them and do whatever else. Incredible. And Hayden Renton gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, keeping the Pro 2 charge alive there. A lot of deliberation required in that particular battle. I'm seeing a nod from Brad McQueen with a Yeah, he said that was hard. That was a very difficult decision there. Unfortunately, knocking Mr. Skid Race, Josh Dunning, out. Actually, I'm gonna tell you a little story here. Josh has still got the record for the worst back fumble ever on a track walk, where a very pretty girl came up and asked for his autograph, and all Josh could say was, "I don't have a pen."
Oh dear.
That's a bag fumble if that's not anything else.
Who have we got on the line for this next battle? Is that Stefano and Matt Matsuri?
Yes, it is indeed.
Oh, this could be a heater, this one.
Oh, definitely.
I've seen
question. Do you still have your E36?
Correct, yeah, I still do have the E36.
Oh my
We're
God.
currently just back from some chassis repairs. We're just building it up, and that will be the practice car for the rest of the season. And passenger
Wow.
ride car, should I say.
Wow.
I did notice there's only one seat in the S14. I had to ride on the door bar earlier. It was really uncomfortable. As Stefan Stefanov launches off the line with Matt Matsuri very close behind him in the chase.
So here we go. Oh, Stefan Stefanov not initiated. Did he potentially pop a shaft? What happened there? That is a very interesting situation. Matt Matsuri just being able to continue on. Is it do we know if it's a handbrake? or a
Now,
shaft?
I'm pretty well aware that is on a bodged together shifter, that car. So I'm wondering if that was a possible shifter failure again. Stefan had to bodge together a shifter for the dog box. Stefan Stefanov has done a drive shaft, fortunately.
Well, when he went past us down here, he went to spin it up just to see. One wheel didn't spin. So yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, it's much better that it breaks there than like it did to him at Teesside when it broke after initiation and he became a passenger at that point. That was I'm sure Stefan had real flashbacks there. Stefan obviously running those Kangaroo Team universal jointed drive shafts, which appear to be quite strong, but apparently just no man makes a drive shaft strong enough to hold back the Rain Dancer.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah.
Going back to the conversation we're having before about you still having your E36, for anyone who doesn't know, my first ever time experiencing drifting in real life, and what got me into drifting was in Danny's E36. So it's good to know that you still have that car.
What a full circle. It's absolutely sensational to stand here with you knowing that was your first experience of drifting. And that's what I think is so cool about this sport. You know, these fans come along, we meet and greet, and it's just installed in them, this drifting's cool. They come along to the events, they get the itch for it, and if anyone's ever experienced drifting from a driving seat, it is as addictive as hell. It really is. So it's great to see the sport growing. We've got a lot of new drivers, a lot of old coming back, so the grid is really mixed up for this year. It's really good to see.
I mean, when it's finished and rebuilt, you want to let me drive it?
Whoa, God, hang on a minute. Right, now you're reaching. Goodness me. If S14's got the keys in it, Danny, do you mind if I take it out for a rip?
Let me think about that one.
Yeah, don't worry, I don't even know the answer. Anyway, we digress. Mr. Psycho and Harvey Moore now lining up. Very, very good entry there from Mr. Psycho in Mr. Psycho's A46, but Sonny absolutely staying with him there. Obviously, elder of the Drift For You brothers, Sonny having to make up a bit of a gap away from his younger brother, Harvey having to make up a gap away from his younger brother there, Sonny, because obviously Harvey having a little bit of issues with those E40s, with the E36, wasn't able to compete at Teesside due to a misfire, unfortunately missed the second round, so that's the first time the car's been on song pretty much since Three Sisters. So the misfire ended up being a plugged injector, that was all fixed. So Harvey really wants to try and reel in his brother, I think, because I was trying to get a bit of a sibling rivalry going there, and I think I've achieved it actually, because they don't seem to talk to each other anymore.
That's not good of you to cause problems at home, but yeah, clearly the competition between the brothers is high, and
we need entertainment. There's been lots and lots of sibling rivalries in drifting. It's one of the best. Sibling rivalries in motorsport in general. Like there's been loads of them in NASCAR. There's been touring cars. There's been all sorts. So
you just got to look at the Shanahans, for example. Them two brothers, I remember.
You've also got the Malloys now in IDS Pro 2 doing the exact same thing. But yeah, no, I remember when they were just wee kids and they were scrapping over who got to drive the car first. But anyway,
Stephen Lynch now chasing in Harvey Moore. E36 versus 46, looking good so far through Outlet 1. Stephen straightened out there, going through the first corner as he comes around now into Outlet 4. Has to regain the ground. Really struggling though in Vicky's car. from the looks of this, is there potentially an issue with the car as they come around to out 7 now? Doesn't seem to be. Maybe it's just a driver error there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing I will say, Steve is obviously on Vicky's front tyres. I know Steve runs a wider front tyre on an 18-inch rim. Maybe just expecting more front grip there than there was, perhaps. I don't know. I'll have to ask Steve a little bit later if he fancies talking to me.
I don't know.
Round of applause, though, there from Stephen Lynch, which is nice to see. It's always good when there's the camaraderie of drivers, obviously. Stephen a right hooker, Harvey a left hook, so they could have been flicking each other's ears as they went round that track, which is quite funny.
No, definitely. Tell you what, they've got a very unique sense of cars. But Harvey Moore moving in I do believe is it top 16?
Top 8.
Oh my God, we're in the top
8,
16.
Yes,
God,
we are in top 16.
I can't even keep track.
In fact, this. Oh, please tell me that hasn't just broken.
And it looks like potentially Vic.
Oh no, he's broke his own car and then gone and broke the wife's. Oh no, oh mercy me. Oh, Stephen Lynch has broken it trying to do a burnout. So all he had to do was not be a hero for another 5 seconds and he would have been absolutely fine. It's genuinely the man has. If the man didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Right, gents, can I just praise you on your job up here as commentators? You're both absolutely smashing it. I'm going to go and head back to the pits, but thanks for having me up. And
we'll definitely have you on as a guest if you don't qualify again. In fact, to be fair, I'm fairly certain, ladies and gentlemen at home, might want you back on as a guest if you don't qualify again. This has been very insightful, Mr. Grundy. Thank you very much for coming up.
No, it's been great to join you. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, Danny. Look after yourself, man. Safe journey.
So, are we going to see an angry Vicky running through the pits to come and get Stephen?
We're going to see an angry recovery truck. It's definitely I don't think there's anything worse than breaking the car after it's done what it needed to do.
Yeah.
Although one thing I will say is it's not running, so that would lead me to suggest that possibly it's not, unless Steve has killed it off. In fact,
well,
you know what?
I saw the headlights flash
Yes.
as though he was going to try
Go
and
full
give us a spin
throttle.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, go full throttle.
Yeah. So it's dodgy wire might have hit.
It's the
Yeah,
electrical.
the gremlin's coming.
It's finally the electrical short's
Yeah,
finally
it's
got
finally
better.
actually-
We're
it might
going to have to do, because Stephen is still on the track, so he cannot send the next car. I might just quickly walk down and have a chat with Stephen Lynch, see if I can find out what on earth is going on with the Mrs. Psycho's car. Definitely not the way Steve wanted to end his day. So I will apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I've no idea what the range is like on these microphones, but I'm hoping I can get up to Stephen Lynch's car here. He's not that far in the grand scheme of things, but obviously I'm not sure if it's going to start to crackle or... So I'm going to ask Steve what on earth he's done to his wife's car. Steve, please get the car and have a chat with you for a second, mate. What on earth's gone wrong?
So we've had a clunk on the car for a long time, and we've not been able to work out what it was. Well, I finally found it. It was the prop shaft joint.
Oh, so currently the gearbox and the diff are not connected. Right. So you broke the UJ. Were you trying to be a hero and do a burnout?
Four.
Right. That explains why the headlights flashed. Have you not fixed that electrical short on the lights yet?
No, not fixed the electrical short.
Okay, fair enough then. So, I mean, but absolutely, that was, at least I suppose it happened now when it was doing like 1,000 RPM rather than doing like the limiter, because real prop shafts are basically flails when they come off, which is why we implemented the prop loop. So, I mean, it's done its job. You're just going to have to go home and apologise to a very angry spouse now.
I think.
You're going to owe her more than a meal, mate. You're going to owe her a change of prop shaft as well. But lovely to see you, man. Look after yourself. So yes, unfortunately, the prop shaft U-joint left the chat for Stephen Lynch. Unfortunately, it's one of those things where he was saying apparently that, you know, it's made noise before, but he didn't know that it was making noise, or he didn't know that was the thing that was making noise. And now he's figured out what the weak point of the driveline is.
I thought it was the driver,
It is
but
what it is. Oh. 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 That was a
I think it's still in gear.
Ah. Yeah.
Well, that's why it was clattering.
It sounds
But he's got to have
very
it
angry.
running for his Stephen. Electric Stephen?
Yeah. That sounds very angry. I'm going to guess that we're going to be sending the next battle back to the burnout box because their tyres are going to be pretty cold now. So give them a chance to warm those tyres back up so they get a fair shot at this next battle. And obviously these are two Titanic drivers as well. So this one's definitely going to be something to watch. So everyone who's here at the track, make sure to get your phones out and get ready to record this battle, as it is definitely going to be one for the books.
So do we know who the next battle is? I've seen one car that I do like, which is GT86, which I'm going to say is Ryan.
I think it's Shane and Ryan.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously Ryan, and now this is actually kind of crazy, because this is obviously Ryan Hughes and Shane Faber are actually very good mates. They drive together a lot. They're very, very close buddies off the track. Obviously Team Garage 500, they pit together, they do a lot of good, fast, cool driving stuff together. And now they're going to find out if obviously I think Ryan's kind of cemented his position as the club president, if you will.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
If we're going to use Sons of Anarchy terms, I think Ryan's the Clay Morrow, but is Shane Faber going to be the Jax Teller, ready to dethrone him? We might find out now.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what, I just keep looking at that scenery, and it's so beautiful. Like, I've never seen hills like this in my life.
That's because you live in the flattest bit of England.
That is true. That is true. Like, the most interesting thing we have is probably a cement factory, and it's not very good. It looks like a giant vape pen.
You literally live in dystopia UK, don't you?
Yeah, literally. If you've ever seen the show Ackley Bridge, it's pretty much like that.
Yeah, it's a post-industrial wasteland. It's weird to come out to the country there. I can't really talk about, like, everyone that lives around me are all angry coal miners.
Yeah,
so,
literally, you're in Donny.
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Still effigies of Thatcher being burned in Doncaster.
Yeah.
It's a very, very weird place. But come out now to the country and breathe the fresh air, but there's lots of little particles of rubber. I'm really nervous. Like, I'm going to go to like a pulmonologist appointment one day in my 40s and go, why are your lungs 35% rubber? Anyway, as we send them off, we've got Ryan Hughes to lead, Shane Faber to chase. Ryan with a monster entry, smoking the tyres on initiation there. All the limiter in the GE86, and Shane Faber with him in the 2JE46. But look at Shane Faber getting right there, not letting Ryan get away from him in the slightest. What an absolutely brilliant chase so far from Shane Faber in his first ever competition. Obviously, has driven with Ryan a heck of a lot over the years, and definitely, I think to be fair, if any two drivers have got the measure of each other on this grid, it's probably Ryan Hughes and Shane Faber.
No, definitely. Incredible run between the two of these as well. And I would not want to be Shane in this situation, in the chase, because obviously Ryan's car kicks up a lot of smoke, so he's getting almost blinded.
Yeah, I think Ryan obviously knows from Shane always knows from driving with Ryan so often, is that he's almost definitely going to make sure that he's tight deep in that pocket, as if there's nowhere else to be, because obviously Ryan drives that car a lot at Anglesey and places like that. Shane, obviously, I think fully aware that it appears these cars have got a little bit hot while they've been sat in grid, so they're heading up to the burnout box to come back down on a bit of a loop and just get the engine temps down. Obviously, two monster 2Js under the bonnet of those cars.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them sequential gearboxes. Do believe Shane on a standard M3 diff and Ryan on a quick change. So.
Yep. I don't know. I think from what I heard, Shane was on a quick change.
Shane have a quick change in that. Shane, if you have a quick change, please mention it in the comments and I will check. But anyway, Shane to lead out Ryan now, so we're going to flip them round. Shane the roofer flies in, throws the car onto good angle, but Ryan right there with him. Absolutely incredible job here from both the Garage 500 drivers as Ryan sticks right with his good buddy Shane there, making sure that he's got route transition. Shane, tiny bit of a dirt drop there.
Oh my
occasionally,
word.
wow.
Whoa.
Oh my God, and a shutdown from Ryan and a reinitiation. Now, was that down to Shane being in the wrong place, or was that just Ryan getting crossed up? This might just be Shane's day, you know.
I felt a collective sigh from the judging panel there when that happened.
They thought
the table.
They thought they had an easy job there. That was why.
Over there.
They thought they had an easy job. They're like, yeah, it's probably going to be Ryan. No, right, okay. Obviously, Now, Ryan actually does look after both of these cars. Obviously, Ryan is RVR, so Ryan puts in very, very long days to make sure that he has the coolest drift cars on the planet. And so, yeah, Ryan, obviously, normal guy with a normal day job, just works every hour God sends to make sure that he can have as many cool drift toys as he can get away with. Obviously, Shane spends a lot of time crawling up and down roofs to pay for the beautiful 2J M3 that he's so happy to own and champion. Looks resplendent in the new Strom wheels, I think you'll agree.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Shane's running Strom as well, isn't he?
No,
yeah,
that's
so
what I'm
he's
saying,
on the GS35s.
but both cars running Strom wheels, obviously Strom fast becoming the
wheel manufacturer choice. I'd definitely say.
Definitely the wheel of choice for drift cars now.
I mean, so you got Shane with the GS35s.
And Shane Faber gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking his good buddy Ryan out of competition. Oh, and look at the mark on Ryan's door from Shane.
So guys,
oh my
we've got a few
goodness me.
seconds. I just want to jump over to the judges and just ask, was it that what we think it is on that last straighten on the corner? So Brad, was it what we think it is on that last clip?
I think it was quite obvious that the mistake that Ryan made into the last clip where he straightened out caused him to lose that battle there. But other than that though, probably one of the best battles we've seen so far today, so I'm looking forward to the ones further on.
Brilliant, thank you very much. We can now carry on.
Yeah, so getting the word from the horse's mouth there, obviously Brad McQueen praising the run of both drivers, but Ryan's making some mistake. Just noticed the tyre mark on Ryan's door as he drove past the immaculate deep blue paint of that GT86 now. Not quite so immaculate, it's got an NS2R rubbed up against it somewhere. Anyway, we've now got the other half of the Stefan and Matt Vasori battle. Stefan obviously being able to change the drive. Wow, what an entry from Stefan. Matt Vasori not quite where he wanted to be on the circuit there, definitely not getting out to where he was supposed to be there. Stefan really trying to force an error from Mr. Plow as he pushes him and pushes him and pushes him, but Matt just trying to keep a cool head and across the line, ladies and gentlemen.
That was unreal.
That was Stefan really, really trying to force an error there. There was no other way around it there. That was definitely Stefan knowing he was coming on a 10-0 because of his snap drive shaft. The fact he changed that drive shaft in 5 minutes was absolutely incredible, to be fair. Twin plate clutch.
Okay. I thought it was something broken.
No. Stefan runs a dog box with twin plate clutch. It's all you can hear. It's genuinely, the gearbox is louder than the engine when it's idling.
Almost sounds like someone's dragging a trolley jack across the floor.
And Matt Matsori gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking Stefanov out of competition. Unfortunately, that drive shaft failure costing him dearly. The fact that Stefan was able to get that shaft change in 5 minutes, though, is testament to how good of a mechanic he actually is, because Stefan's not even a mechanic by trade.
Really?
Stefan is a spray painter. So Stefan actually, Stefan does a lot of, again, Stefan's another guy, normal, ordinary wage earning guy who works every hour God sends, 14-hour days.
Oh. Matt's bent a wheel.
Oh my
And he actually
God.
ran the track.
Matt Matsori currently has a wheel that looks more like a 50p than a wheel being very animated about it, obviously. So Matt may have won that battle, but it has cost him a brand new Strom DSO5.
It's a 35.
DS35, pardon me, sorry, I'm not up on my Stroms. As Harry Kerr now to lead out Sonny Moore, 2 JE46s. Sonny Moore absolutely knowing he's got to glue it to the current IDS points lead here. Look at the chase drive from Sonny Moore here. We're dropping back a little bit through the Manji there, giving him room to transition. But wow, Sonny Moore really determined to try and take down the incredible phenom of Harry Kerr there. Obviously both 2 JE46s. Harry obviously having, actually believe it or not, a slightly worse spec because obviously Sonny having the benefit of a sequential box.
Yes, definitely. And this just goes to show the talent between both of these drivers. And it seems like E46 owners are eating good today.
And they've got a combined age of 39.
Wow. That is...
Yeah, innit? Does make you feel a bit unaccomplished, doesn't it?
Well, I'm only 25, so...
Oh, how cute. I remember them days.
Hold on a minute, this makes me feel old here.
Well, that's
I'm
your
older
own,
than their combined age.
that's your own fault.
We love it. We do love it. But now we've got them switched around. Harry Kerr in the chase. We've got Sonny in the lead. Two E46s once again. Here we go, firing down the straight. Two 2Js screaming as they come through into outside one. Looking very nice there to come through into clip 2. Now into 3. Harry Kerr transitions behind Sonny in 4. Coming around now into the Manji section. Harry Kerr maybe a bit shallow on the track, coming through to 4. But as they come through now into outer 7, doing a nice job. Harry Kerr almost pushing him around and across the line.
What a run from both drivers, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for Harry Kerr and Sonny Moore. Young guns, amazing drivers, the pair of them both. Like neither one deserves to lose this battle.
No, definitely
Genuinely,
not.
that's absolutely that is going to be the judges trying to split the proverbial atom. You
Definitely.
know, I would not want to be. I don't want to be sat over that side of the lorry anyway, but I especially don't want to be sat over that side of the lorry right now.
No, definitely. One thing, I don't know what it is about Harry's car. I love the way the front end, like, it's so simple, but it's a beautiful looking 46.
It could do with putting some new indicators in it.
Yeah, to be fair. I'm surprised the kidneys haven't fallen out yet.
I think they've got a tyre wrap holding them in. And I can see a tyre wrap, I think, about a third of the way down the middle. So, yeah, the
Sounds about right.
quick eject kidneys are a standard feature on BMWs. Because their BMWs from about the era when standard equipment on them used to be the windscreen and all the air that was inside the car. You didn't get anything else. You get some real stripper models of E46s.
So while we're waiting, we are literally frame by frame again. This is how close these battles are getting now.
This is what we want to see, though.
Checking up on the Techers transitions. We're only in top 8.
One thing I've noticed between these two, the kidneys are slightly different shapes on these. So are they different versions?
I believe Sonny's might be a facelift bonnet and Harry Kerr's a pre-facelift.
But then the lights are facelift.
Yeah, the lights are the same. I think it was more just a case of. I say I'm not huge on. Not huge on my E46s. There are people I know who are massive E46 nerds, and they'll probably be in my thing going actually. And also today, people messaging me. Yes, Matt sorry, did. And Harry Kerr gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Now that was a hair splitter. So I'm gonna have to go over to Ed and ask the question there. Round of applause for both drivers.
That was an excellent battle. Both of them did a really good job. Really what it was Harry Kerr had a much better lead coming through the second corner, and where Sonny was off, he was completely off clip 4 on the inside of it, and that caused some separation in the chase for Harry Kerr. So we had to bear that in mind, and then also Harry Kerr's dive into 8 was a little bit better in his chase. So yeah, it was splitting hairs, so it was very close.
Splitting hairs, definitely splitting hairs now. But I think that is our top 8 decided, ladies and gentlemen. As Jamie Stanton and Joe Smith now.
Here we go, Jamie Stanton in the chase of that RPS 13. Piloted by Joe Smith there, doing a nice job so far in the lead. Jamie Stanton trying to keep up with the pace, manages to get onto the back of that S13 as they transition through the Manji. Jamie Stanton doing a good job trying to keep the proximity, backfiring as they come through the last corner and across the line. Definitely not the cleanest chase there from Jamie Stanton at the first half of the course, but definitely being able to recover.
No, absolutely. So they are. I mean, Joe was obviously aware of how fast of a driver Jamie Stanton is, and also he doesn't sit too far out from Harry Kerr. Although I think if I've got my maths right, if Joe happens to knock Jamie Stanton out and Harry Kerr wins this round, he'll have an insurmountable points lead with a round to go.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we're dealing with here.
So
people.
it's almost impossible at that point for Harry Kerr
Yes,
to
so
lose.
as far as Jamie Stanton is concerned, well, it is impossible for him to lose. That's how points work.
Well, yeah.
But no, this battle is legitimately for all the marbles now for Jamie Stanton, because if he loses this battle, I do believe he's the only man who can take Harry down. So
wow.
The other thing is it will force Harry to come to 3 sisters if Jamie doesn't, so that's quite fun.
Oh no, definitely. But now we have them switched around. Jamie Stanton in the lead, Joe Smith in the chase. Joe kind of having to straight line understeers as he comes around to outer 3. Has to recover, reinitiate almost behind Jamie Stanton. But Jamie Stanton doing a really good job in the lead so far. So this could go in the way of Jamie Stanton potentially, depending on how this goes right now as they come around the last corner. And Joe Smith shuts it down. Unfortunately, potentially that is the cat in the bag.
Yeah, maybe so. Hopefully that isn't Joe's ignition problem rearing its ugly head again. Obviously Joe's had a bit of a hardship trying to get the initial circuit in that car. Although That S13 ain't roll. Oh no, it's restarted now. It looks like Joe's able to bump the car off. So
Potentially just having a little moment to himself.
yeah, maybe just and obviously it's already decided because of the shutdown. Jamie Stanton gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Stanton's just said to Amber, our finish line marshal, "Can I hug him?" That's camaraderie. That was a round of applause for Joe Smith and Jamie Stanton. JS versus JS. JZ versus JZ.
It's what we like to see. This is another amazing thing about competition drifting. No matter what, the drivers are still friends in the end. And we're all here to do the same thing. We're all here to have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I think James is happy for Joe as anybody because he knows that Joe's car's working now and Joe can actually shine and become the driver we know he can be.
Yeah.
So,
but this does mean that Jamie Stanton's championship hopes are
reinvigorated.
Still alive.
Yes, reinvigorated. So basically now, I think if I've got my maths correct, this will mean that Harry Kerr cannot draw an insurmountable lead now, no matter where he finishes.
Yep, so now the fight is on going into the last round. And it's definitely making things a bit more interesting for the final.
Talking of interesting, you never would have put these two together, would you?
No, and this is definitely going to be an interesting one. Obviously, that R33 is extremely
It's got roughly twice the horsepower.
Yeah, this one's going to be a bit of a hard one for Hayden.
Yep. And a 265 semi-slick versus 225 road tyre.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But here we go. With that Class 2 driver in chase. Nice initiation so far. Kind of has to cut a bit of the track on the initiation to get the proximity as he comes around now in towards the Manji section, doing a good job, not getting left behind too much, but obviously a lot of line being sacrificed in the chase here by Hayden to try and keep up with that crazy R33. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be an easy one for him.
No, I absolutely, again, that's definitely a David and Goliath situation, obviously. You got young Hayden in what's a relatively simple car, just a E36 compact with an M60 under the hood, and Nerigis in the incredible R33. Look at how little pressure Nerigis has got in those back tyres. They're nearly flat.
Bit of overkill for this battle.
He's probably just gone, put in the valve and go. I'm trying to work out how little PSI you can get in a tyre.
Pretty much.
Apparently, literally, when I've been like listening to people in DMEC talk about tyre pressures, they do legitimately just take the valve out, let the tyre deflate, and put the valve back in.
That is. It just goes to show how serious they are about getting that grip.
Oh well, I mean, this is the thing. Apparently, the least you can get in a tyre is 4.5 psi, and plenty of people are running 4.5 psi. Little Lithuania. I take it you guys are rooting for Nerigis, yeah? I see the flags go up. Woo! Little Lithuania's only got a small contingent here, but they're still making more noise than the rest of the crowd combined. Really showing people up here. As we now got Hayden to lead, Nerigis chase. Nerigis having to contain that big R33 behind Hayden Renton, as Renton does a very good job there, running the line. He's run all the past 2 days. Nerigis, though, not letting Hayden, not letting Hayden out of his sight there. Knowing he can push, knowing Hayden knows the line really well, but look at the angle from Nerigis here, the haste and the speed. Wow! Ooh, now was that just too aggressive for his own good there, or are the judges going to reward that?
I'm not too sure, but ladies and gentlemen, everyone in the crowd, put your hands together for Hayden and this absolutely crazy Lithuanian driver.
Nerigis Voliukevicius, and I have been practicing that, Little Lithuania. Thank you very much for validating me.
You did a better job than I would with that.
It just seems like someone's thrown a Scrabble sack on the road and then picked a name out of it. It's genuinely, it's quite difficult for us Englishmen.
Yes, definitely.
A lot of English names are one syllable. It's so much easier.
Oh no, definitely. We're not built for the intelligence of the European mind.
No, we're actually not. We're not as sophisticated. We're all still running around in mud huts barking.
Hoi hoi!
I'm gonna.
So
Nerigis is doing his power pose for the live stream camera. It's a very, very Hayden Renton obviously going over to congratulate him, and Nerigis gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. He's another step towards that big podium cigar. So Nerigis, don't know if you saw him at the round 4 when we did the podium reactions. Nerigis was smoking on a big old Cuban cigar. So I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh yes. He's definitely earning his keep.
But Hayden, absolutely amazing drive from you, mate. There's a round of applause from the judges, a round of applause from us. Absolutely well done there from the young lad from Middlesbrough. Like, what an incredible job so far from Hayden. I mean, he's been a demon this whole year, I think. Now the car's finally back under him and it's behaving itself. I mean, he's had a ton of hardship trying to get that V8 to work in that car. But anyway, we must move on.
So here we go. Once again, another titanic battle with that E92 in the lead, with that S15 in chase. Look at this. Oh, but a bit too much there for Paulie. Going and hitting the barriers and spins. And we do hope he is okay. We can't. Oh, and he does emerge from the smoke. And the main thing is that the car is still rolling.
Yeah, it's rolling on its wheels.
Yes.
That's the main thing, is that the cars. It looks like that was definitely. Definitely an eye-opening moment there from Paul. I did worry. Obviously, it's never a good thing to try and commentate on a crash until you know exactly what's going on. It looks like it was a clip of the tyre barrier and quite a heavy flat spin there from Paul Cunnington. Hopefully the drone caught it. I may just go over and see if we can have a quick look at the tape.
We definitely have to.
We have to go to the tape for this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm gonna look at this tape.
So looking here, Arunas was actually. As one of our judges was saying, was three-wheeling through that first corner, which just goes to show how aggressively that car is set up. And wow, just looking on the replay, you can see it there. Absolutely insane on how much of a three-wheel that car is doing, but unfortunately...
So guys, Paul Cunnington's just called a 5-minute rule. He's just drove past, and there's quite a bit of bent bodywork on the front corner. So I'm going to say he's going to go and check, make sure it's all straight and with duds, and it wasn't that caused it.
Yeah, that's the second time he's bent that car this weekend. Obviously, I think they're coming together with Hayden, which was sorted by some pulling and tugging, which fortunately wasn't anything too serious. But we do need to get Paul back out so we can decide the last battle in the Great 8. Obviously, sorry, tell a lie, this is the first battle of the Great 8. I apologise for you guys. I'm getting myself confused because I haven't got a... yeah, my phone hasn't updated, pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the first battle of the Great 8 to decide who goes into the Final Four. So while we get Paul Cunnington checked over, make sure that everything's cool with his car, obviously. Now, I don't know if you know this about grass, but it's quite flammable, so when you pack a lot of grass into an area where there's a lot of heat, you get a lot of fire. So Paul, obviously, determined not to let that happen to him. He's going to go in, he's going to check the car over and make sure that everything's copacetic with it. As I watched the drone do lots of cool little drone stunts, which is very, very...
Oh.
I genuinely wish I could fly one of those. They look so much fun.
I thought you were going to roll into our on about beacon stoves and the bacon burner, and one of our sponsors for this week.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, the bacon burner has took off, hasn't it? I didn't really intend for that. That was a bit of a 10-second thinking on the fly nickname. But yes, of course, Rich. He has the bacon fighter and the bacon burner now. Apparently, that has just stuck. I'm very sorry, Rich, but that does absolutely mean that. It means that the more people are aware of you, the more people are aware of your business, which of course is Beacon Stoves. Rich has been a supporter of us at the championship for quite a while now. Rich doing doing great work for us here and constantly being supportive. So we would all like you guys, if you're in the need of a device to heat your domicile that's not going to kill dinosaurs, why don't you talk to Rich and have a look at his wonderful wood-burning stoves. He used to bring them into the pits and set them up, and we'd all be cuddled. We'd all be crowded around them like strikers round a brazier. It was absolutely fantastic. It was the only warm spot in the whole pit. So we were absolutely they were blessed relief from the freezing cold drift pits. So Rich, thank you very much for your continuing support, man, and please make sure you hit up Rich at Beacon Stoves for all of your home heating needs.
So guys, from the noise coming from over the hill, it sounds like we're getting ready for the next battle, so we're just trying to kick our judges back into the shade out of our lovely sunshine. He needed a wee, so he's liked it.
So yeah, Brandon unfortunately gone off to answer call of nature, so I'll take you through this battle. So as best as I can see, I see a Pinky 46 warming up. That will indeed be the car of Matt Smart, or Matt Matsuri, as we all know him. And he's battling a fellow BMW pilot, although LS E36, a very different way of doing it. That will be the elder of the Moore brothers, the one still in competition, Harvey Moore, who's now going to hopefully erode the lead his brother has pulled out on him. So we're going to get them to the line and we're going to send them. Matt Matsuri to lead and Harvey Moore to chase. Obviously Matt currently on wheels that are all round rather than 50Ps, and Harvey doing a great job of sticking with him so far as Matt runs through the good qualifying line. Very good job so far from both drivers. Harvey keeping that car nice and pinned, leaving him to transition towards the Manji and then closing up on him on good angle towards the end of the run and across the line, ladies and gentlemen. Very good run from both drivers so far. Round of applause, please.
So what happened there, Harry? I was
a lot of cool BMW driving stuff.
I was quick nip to Lou. I'm
Yeah,
only human.
to be honest with you, Brandon, there wasn't a catalogue of errors from either driver there. If anything, it would be errors that me, as a humble commentator with my sad naked caveman eyeballs, wouldn't be able to identify. So we, I say, we're going to flip them around, we're going to go again, and then hopefully one of them does something I can talk about, because other than that, they're both just quite good, you know?
Oh yeah, definitely, but we've got Harvey Moore in the lead now. Matt Matsuri in the chase. Matt getting a little bit of a gap there as they come around into four, but Harvey a bit shallow there as they come around. Oh, and it sounds like there's something going on.
No, Matt, I don't know if you saw it there, but clip 4, Matt dropped a wheel, and it put him on a weird line. Had to reinitiate, and Harvey was able to pull a bit of a gap there.
I thought I could hear D-bead, but is he still running that same bent wheel?
No, I'm fairly certain he's changed it.
Yeah, genuinely thought it sounded like a tyre went then. That's what had me a bit confused.
Yeah, I'm not hearing it now. Maybe it was your hearing aid.
Yeah, to be fair, mate. To be fair. But very good
Hold your
driver.
horses. Not that far gone.
Well, I feel it.
As my dearly departed grandmother would say, I'm not that far gone. So obviously having a bit of a conference there. Right-hand drive Matt Matsuri and left-hand drive Harvey Moore, able to scream at each other from both sides of the car. There's some quite animated gesturing coming from Matt.
I think that's just him. That's just what he does.
Yeah, it's a lot of. Matt would have a great career as a professional mime in another life.
Oh yes,
yeah,
definitely.
He's speaker with his hands.
Yes.
You know, he's
potentially. He gives me the vibe of he was an Italian in his past life.
Yeah, he's got Italian skin and hair, most definitely. Yeah, maybe he's Italian. Maybe there is some Italian blood in him. It would make sense about the undying rage.
To be fair.
So yeah, that's it's definitely some animated conversation going on, which is now calmed down, and they're both now staring at Amber for a decision. Matt again, more animated while gesticulating. Not sure what he's trying to say, but it's quite interesting to see. Harvey is cool as a cucumber. He's cooler than a polar bear's toenails. That lad, you'd never know anything was going on in his life.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah, he's genuinely like a very, very phlegmatic, cool, smiley. Harvey's one of those guys who like just knows he's cool because he got it from his dad, and his dad's like super cool, and like, you know, so Harvey just stays cool. Harvey's the cool guy, you know. That's what Harvey is.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, Matt, from what I've experienced, is the angriest happy man I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Whereas Harvey, you could build a shelf on him. He's so level-headed.
Oh, what a day it's been so far, and we've still got more battles to go ahead.
We have indeed. Well, hopefully we've got more battles. We're just still deliberating. We could be here all night. We're going to run out of things to talk about eventually, and we'll just be counting our teeth.
I mean, to be fair, I might have to at this rate. I'm British.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the British smile stereotype's definitely alive and well with yours truly.
Isn't it, Brev? Can I have a bottle of water?
Oh, hi, Danny Grundy. Good to see you again. Danny Grundy, lovely man, the most Essex human being that's ever existed.
Yes, indeed.
He's a strong. He could never take the boy out of Essex, but you can't take the Essex out of the boy.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and moving on
is Harvey Moore getting the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking Matt Matsuri out of competition. Obviously, judges possibly deeming Harvey not to be at fault for the. Let's see. I saw the classic shrug of the shoulders there from Matt Matsuri. Obviously, judges deeming Harvey not to be at fault for the off from Matt Matsuri. Guys, is that correct? Deeming, obviously, Matt going off on his own accord. Was it on the chase run?
Yeah, it was basically, it started on the entry actually. Matt mistimed his entry, was in the wrong position. Harvey wasn't great at 4, but Matt was nowhere near where he was at clip 3, transitioned not with Harvey, and your chase driver goals is to follow the lead. So that's the main thing. So yeah, that's what we would do.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that insightful information there, Edward. As we move on now to the second half of the Paul Cunnington-Arunas Nalmontas battle. Paul Cunnington obviously calling her one more time to try and go and shovel some grass out of his engine bay. So now we're going to grid them back up, and we're going to go again. This time it will be Paulie C to lead out Arunas.
I mean, at least this car's been eating its greens. It's going to be a strong boy.
It is green.
Exactly. It is very fitting, but Paulie C now in the lead. Arunas in the chase. Two incredible builds as they come round into the first quarter, looking very good. Arunas kind of a bit behind though. He knows he's got the advantage. He doesn't have to push too hard. His spotter would have told them that just before the run. As they come around now through the Manji section, looking very tidy between the two. But Arunas getting that dive in that E92 on the pocket of that S15 as they come around across the line. Very nice.
Yeah, very, very good run there from both drivers. Can't take away from either of them there. Absolutely, yeah, fantastic showing there from Paul in the SP, which fortunately looks like it's tripped to the grass. Is only in the road to one more zip tie, but Arunas gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, not able to overturn the 10-0 advantage, Paulie C. But very, very good job there, my friend. It was an absolute pleasure to have you back, Paul, and we hope you won't leave it so long next time. Obviously, aware that Paul's priority is likely to change in the immediate future with the arrival of the third member of the Cunnington crew. But it's been great to have you here, my man, and wish you all the best. And we hope that everything goes smoothly for you in the near future.
I'll tell you what, Harry, listening to, oh wait, we got our next battle up.
Listen to this. So we got Harry Kerr now leading out Shane Favour for the battle of the 2J E46s here. Harry Kerr obviously doing what he does, running an extremely fast, fluid and grippy qualifying line there. Shane Favour, look at the dive from Shane Favour there, sticking right with him. Just backs off a little bit for some room through the transition, but now tucks himself up under the door mirror of another E46 there. Harry Kerr just slices away through a lot of E46, 2J E46 pilots today.
That is a very, very committed chase there from Shane, and that we can't take it away from Harry's lead either. That was
it's almost like DMEC with the amount of 2J E46s that are on the property.
Yeah, no, genuinely, it's
something I have noticed is I think Shane might have run out of tyres, because I'm fairly certain they're Ryan's wheels or Brad's, but Shane doesn't run that style of wheel. All Shane's wheels are white. So
for next season.
If there's any man who's currently not, if any man from the UK and Ireland that's currently not in drift masters that deserves to be, it's Harry Kerr.
Yes, definitely.
I genuinely believe that.
I do think that the entire Irish grid in IDS.
Well, it's telling that when you ask DMAC and you ask Shanahan's, James Dean, who's the up and comer in Ireland right now, and without missing a beat, they all say Harry Kerr's name. The level of of faith that people have got in Harry as a driver is actually genuinely brilliant, and it's almost unquestionably going to be. I mean, he's still a young boy, 21 years of age. You know, he's younger than Connor Shanahan. He's younger than Jack. I remember watching Harry Kerr drive when he was 12.
Yeah.
In a 46 saloon with an M3 motor.
He's got all the opportunity to go above and beyond and just kind of fly.
There's absolutely no reason why Harry Kerr couldn't go on to be rubbing shoulders with the very best.
Oh no, definitely.
I say obviously. I know Harry Kerr obviously does it all himself on a very, very tight budget. Harry Kerr, again, a normal wage earning guy. You know, and he is, you know, a mechanic. He works hard, works every hour God send him. When he gets some time, puts into his drift car. But anyway, Shane Faber now leads at Harry Kerr. Look at the gap Shane Faber's pulled from Harry Kerr as Shane flicks it in, but sounds like he's in a very low, a lot of rev limiter action. And a straighten from Shane Faber. Looks like that's thrown off Harry Kerr there, unfortunately, as he obviously doesn't want Shane to dive past across him. I just heard the word lucky come out of Ed Dyer's mouth. Were you feeling a little bit of an advantage towards Shane Faber after that first run? Oh, okay, right. It was more. Sorry, that wasn't his intention. Yeah, no, absolutely right. Yeah, so I think that was a shutdown for the sake of both drivers there. Obviously, sad that battles end with a shutdown. It's normally a lot better to watch them take it out the back door, but obviously, this occasion it wasn't to be. And Harry Kerr gets the win, ladies and gentlemen, knocking the journeyman Shane Faber out of competition. Shane, absolutely fantastic, my man. Well done to you. What a great drive today, my friend. Absolutely fantastic for your first comp. But yeah, Harry Kerr is going to punch his ticket to the Final Four, so he's now got a chance at some silverware again, and we can hopefully have another final for the ages.
We'll have to see, as we now have what's the nickname you've given him? The Lithuanian lunatic.
Lithuanian lunatic. No, that's a storied nickname. That's prodigious. And Super Stanton, Jamie Stanton. Whoa, and a lot of understeer from Jamie Stanton on the initiation in the chase behind Nerigis. Nerigis doing an absolutely brilliant job so far. But look at Jamie Stanton glued to the door of the R33 Skyline. Pushing hard, understanding, of course, that maybe the entry was a little bit disadvantaged there, and doing his absolute level best to try and pull that back to maybe a 5-5.
Definitely, that was that's the hardest we've seen Jamie Stanton push so far in the chase all weekend. So we know his game face is on now. He is really, really wanting it, but obviously, I just heard a drone smash the floor.
Yeah, that's hopefully.
So the drone's just landed upside down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have had there's a small driver error.
How many times now? Is that twice?
Could you honestly stand wearing an FPV headset for 8 hours?
To be fair, it's
like
like being drunk.
I would have to take it off every 10 minutes for a nice cleansing puke.
To be fair, going back to the topic of Irish drivers who have got a good future, one I really want to see more of is Dylan Garvey as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really happy Dylan's got his car back together now. Dylan and his brother David, great guys, love them both to pieces. As Jamie Stanton now flicks the car in. A lot of limiter, a lot of pops and bangs. Nerigis sticks with him behind him. Obviously, Jamie now knowing that possibly a bit of a disadvantage due to the understeer, but Jamie Stanton locking the front brake there a little bit by the looks of it as he pulls it in, now trying to get the car slowed down. But look at the angle. A bit of a wobble and a reinitiate there from Nerigis that might have just tipped the balance in his favour.
We'll have to see. This one's going to be a close one. I reckon the judges are going to have to go frame by frame to see what caused that back off, as at this point it is literally down to a hairline of how close this is getting. And
this has actually got quite serious championship implications here, because you have the second and the third man in the points right there.
Yes. Yes, actually.
Somebody's not adding to their points total anymore.
Yep, that is true. And the drone actually made it back safely this time. That was actually quite a loud thud for such a small thing as well. Obviously, we got the Lithuanian fans up in Little Lithuania.
Little Lithuania, give your driver a cheer. There we go. Who's rooting for Jamie Stanton? I know Jamie has some family up there. Who's rooting for Jamie Stanton, ladies and gentlemen?
There we go.
3 people.
He's going for Nerigis.
Need to bolster your ranks, ladies and gentlemen, with rooting for Jamie Stanton. You need to bring your mates or kidnap homeless people. Tell them you'll buy them a burger if they cheer for your driver. I think that's how Little Lithuania have done it for years, to be fair.
To be fair. Obviously, judges are still deliberating. I'm just looking over, and their faces are looking like they're in a tournament almost, on a gaming tournament. That's how fixed they are to the screen.
Yeah, seeing a lot of pensive faces over there. And again, it's another day when I'm glad I'm not a judge. I wake up every day and go, I'm so glad not to be a judge today.
Definitely.
So, just while we're waiting quickly, we have had a message on the live stream. The yellow bus that we spoke about earlier, I believe somebody's come up, Alison Walters, and it's 1977 camper.
That is so cool.
That is awesome.
What a beautiful piece of kit.
Cheers for the info.
I mean, where do you even find a windscreen for a 77 bay window anymore?
That is true.
I mean, like,
really
they're
true.
trying to get parts for those now. Is like, because I mean, there are reproduction ones, but you know, they're of questionable quality and stuff. So like, I mean, I love my old Volkswagens. Like, that's why I'm such a big fan of Jamie's Mark 1. You know, it's only pipped to the post by Ryan Hughes of GE86's cars I want to take home.
I think we do have a decision coming through, though.
Or they're about to have a fight, one of the two.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's cool. I just watched Neregus laugh. Neregus has got a very stony face, so until it breaks and he starts giggling, then you're not quite sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So obviously both of these guys have stood on the podium. So both of them actually 2 podiums to their credit. Yeah, 2 podiums to their credit. A second and a third for Neregus, and I believe a second and a third for Jamie Stanton as well. So yeah.
Moving on.
Neregus gets the win, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, the understeer from Jamie Stanton, possibly costing him dearly. And Jamie Stanton is and he stands on the... Neregus, that's a Skyline strut tower. Please don't jump up and down on it. That might end up on the floor.
Jamie Stanton putting in a stellar performance throughout the entire weekend. Nice
With a little bit of Rev Limited to finish the action. And Neregus like... I think he just swore at me then. That was one of those, wasn't it?
No, that was him going perfection.
Oh, was it? I thought it was I spit in your face.
I mean... Nah, very, very, very good driving there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I do believe that is all the runners and riders now. That is our tickets punched to the top 4.
I think. Let me just go and double check. Yep, that is our top 4.
So we have Harry Kerr to take on Neregus, and then we have Aruna to take on Harvey Moore. So we've got the potential here of an all-Lithuanian final.
Potentially.
Little Lithuania, how much would you like an all-Lithuania final? Where have they all gone?
I don't think they heard you.
Little Lithuania, would you like an all-Lithuania final? Give us a cheer.
No.
All right, yeah, they're there.
Did we have an all-Lithuanian final in Teesside?
We've never had an all-Lithuania final.
I think they was just recovering from the screaming and shout they'd just done for that win.
Yeah, quite possibly. They're in there now welding Neregus' strut tower back on the Skyline. I don't know if you got... For anybody who wants an old Nissan, for the love of God, if you go and look at one, take a screwdriver with you and have a good old poke around those turrets.
Well, no, yeah, right. Usually you just turn up, look at the sills, and if there's an orange line under it, walk away.
Yes, because unfortunately, one of the wonderful things about Japanese cars is they rot from the inside out. So I'm sure that's with MX-5s. So it's the roof drains that clog up, end up, all the water goes into the sills, and then it gets through all the skins of the sill until it gets to the outer.
I'm sorry, I have to argue on that one. I had a Toyota Aristo Mark 1.
Beautiful car.
Lovely car. Automatic, twin-turbo super engine, like driving an armchair.
Yeah, absolutely. One of my favourite cars of all time.
The only downside is when the brakes decide that they're going on the left-hand side, the brakes are going on and you're spinning.
I've actually just literally this morning purchased a master cylinder from Harry Kerr's dad for my Mark II Aristo because you've got to have a spare of those things because they give up on you at any given moment, and mine I think is making a bit of noise.
I didn't know that you had Mark II.
You never asked. It's in a million pieces at the minute. Bradley Wallbank, if you're watching, please stop watching the live stream and finish my car. I'd really like it.
Brad, please finish it by October. That'd be really nice.
That's a wonderful thought, but I'm fairly certain he could work 14-hour days until Three Sisters and not finish it. And
There's
also,
24 hours in a day, Harry.
yeah, there is.
He doesn't need to eat or sleep.
I'm not sure I'd agree with you there, but Brad, if you are watching on the stream, we love you, man. It's all right. I did make the terrible mistake. When I dropped it off at Brad's. I'm in no rush for it. I said those fatal words.
How long ago?
And it's not worth talking about.
It's not
a problem. Like obviously, Brad at Mutant Engineering, he's does incredible work for those chassis actually. Because I'm a big, believe it or not, I fell in love with that chassis watching Brendan Stone drift one, and Max Orido drift one in D1, and the first 1,000 horsepower car in D1 was an Aristo as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely lovely car. Mine, what did I have? I had an IS 200.
Yep, very cool car. Obviously, now this was a cool thing. I don't know if anybody here also watches the IDS, the Irish Drift Series, which Harry Kerr is currently also the points leader of. But they were at Bishop's Court in Northern Ireland, and Bishop's Court Diff and Drift is basically an old airfield that they do drifting and diffing on, hence why it's called. So if you guys don't know what diffing is, it's basically like a King of the Cone. And they said they cut the live stream camera over to the diffing area, and all you saw was 30 IS 200s doing rings in first gear.
Yeah, which brilliant cars.
Absolutely great cars.
Here we go. So we've got Heath zooming in. So a big shout out to Heath, who's stepped in as cameraman on the far side.
And we've got a slightly inactive drone being held up there. Yeah, so currently Chief Technical Officer Anthony is taking point on the second half of the commentary while Brandon has a bit of a rest and a drink. Brandon, unfortunately, quite a pasty bloke, and he looks very pink from where I'm stood.
Honestly, I feel like a boiled lobster right now.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
This is the terrible thing. 'Cause I don't know if you guys can see us up on the tower, but there's quite a breeze up here, as you can see by this Volkskraft banner that's flopping like Marilyn Monroe's dress because one of the zip ties broke. But it's actually it's very breezy up here, and you don't really feel the sun. And then you walk off and you realise that you're the colour of a Milwaukee drill.
I was going to say, if we get the drone actually flying, I think we need to. People can see if Brandon takes his glasses off how bad it was yesterday.
No.
Yes, absolutely.
That line is unbelievable.
I'm not fist bumping a drone like Yogi did, but it'd be very.
We're trying it. We're working on this. We're being pointed. Yeah.
Live from Heath's camera.
You can see us, but it won't be. It can't get close enough to see the line. That's the thing.
I say it was a.
Just done it. Yeah, so we've just been asked by our live stream director to actually mention a big shout out to Heath.
Yes, big shout out to Heath Bamford for helping out. Heath, for a long time, did a great job actually bringing you guys the action from trackside. When we couldn't get a proper live stream on the go, but now we've got Andis and the lovely folk at Reinhold Media doing absolutely incredible job bringing you guys this live stream. Lots of cameras, graphics, all the cool stuff. Super happy to have Andis and the team on board for this year. Thank you very much to Reinhold Media for sponsoring the championship with the live stream. It's been great. It's given plenty of exposure. It's weird being broadcast into homes, but feel like someone's listening to me in their living room right now. I find it quite odd, don't you?
You get used to it.
Oh, do I? I'm still in my first year doing this, so you could argue I'm pretty green.
Your first year?
Yeah. I fell into this by accident.
You wouldn't think that.
I was this time last year. I was stood right where our marshals are over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That I genuinely thought you'd been doing this for a long time.
Oh no, I'm just a garrulous bloke. there is a less polite way of saying garrulous bloke, but I can't say it on the live stream.
Do you remember the font of knowledge? That is our font of knowledge.
I try.
Every car, every driver.
Yep.
Yes. Without any script, any sheets, nothing.
Again, if I could remember any pertinent information of my day-to-day life, I'd be dangerous. I can't remember when my dentist appointment is. I can't remember to go and pick up milk on the way home. I forget my missus's birthday. But I'm very, very good at retaining lots and lots of pointless information about stupid cars.
Nah, you are our encyclopedia of Drift League.
Do you know? No, to be honest with you, I can never. I might be the Encyclopedia of Drift League, but the Encyclopedia of Drifting, I think I've got to give that credit to Mitto.
Yes.
What an incredible historian Mitto is. If you ever get a chance, guys, if you are a fan of like drifting's history, then that, to be honest with you, there's no greater man to talk to than Matt Steele.
Definitely.
Yeah, obviously Mitto's car here, I suppose, but under a new owner. Because obviously the PS13 that he used to drive in Drift League, now owned by Rusty Tom. That was the one that had the unplanned bunny hop over the tyre barrier. Mitto, have you seen Mitto's new car, the Car Modify Wonder 180SX?
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, such a cool looking car. That again, not even that big into my S bodies, but the Car Modify Wonder 1 at ESX is quite a look. I mean, it's a very, very rare kit. There's not very many of them at all. I don't know if you, but Fraser Macaulay, who might be out there still, who had a Car Modify Wonder kit at Laurel for a while.
Yep.
That was a very, very cool car. I was a big fan of that kit. Apparently that kit, I remember hearing the story that it apparently came off the back of the rear bumper, decided it was going to detach itself from behind the rear wheel and just flap in the breeze on the middle of the M1 and nearly break in half.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah, so it's quite a, it would probably would have been a bit of a squeaky bum moment for him there.
Oh, a little bit. Just
Yeah.
a little bit. Going back onto the subject of how long I've been commentating for, I first started in 2023, I do believe, or 2022 potentially, under the Scottish Virtual Drift Series, and it's crazy to see how many of us commentators, judges, and stuff all come from this simulator. And it just goes to show, like, the knowledge.
Yeah, you know, I've never done it or commentated on it. I've never sim drifting's kind of. I've always been, like I say, I completely fell into being involved in drifting, and I mean, I think it was probably a good fall.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know, in a lot of ways, and it's definitely been a life altering experience in some ways for me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I started out with Pro Drift Academy, working under them, and then I just kind of couldn't keep going in the industry because there wasn't really any spaces for me at that time. I was still quite young, obviously couldn't drive, and then I found the simulator, and I kind of competed through there, worked in the different competitions through there. And then it's just kind of led up to the point where my first time spotting in real life was at Drift Masters.
Yeah, and it's also led up to this point now where we have one of the Lithuanian lunatics, Arūnas, lined up against Drift for You, Harvey Moore, LS versus S55, E92 versus E36. Big weight transfer from Arūnas there, absolutely stamping on the go pedal. Harvey Moore, not a slow car by any means, but having a big gap pulled on it there as Arūnas flies through the Manji alley as Harvey Moore. Wow, look at the dive onto the side of it. Harvey Moore in the last corner, but Harvey dials on tons of angle to stay behind him and across the line.
Very, very good run there. Like, that lead was just absolutely insane. He dialed it up to 15 at that point.
Oh yeah, I think
that
was grand from both drivers, to be fair.
Yeah, honestly, I am curious to see on the replay. I want to see a slow-mo shot of that first corner in that 92. I want to see how high that wheel lifts.
It's definitely it's almost like a Compton lowrider, isn't it? It hits the three-wheel motion.
You'd think it's an RTR heart, wouldn't you? Really?
Yeah, it is. I do notice that the RTRs seem to be a big fan of wheelies.
Yes.
Although I'm not sure how that works, because surely you want both of your steering wheels on the ground. I would think it's a bit like having half your rudder out of the water if it's a boat, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Mind you, though, with the RTRs, they're set up in a certain way so they can run. But then again, that being said, now
the other big difference is an RTR Mustang is a purpose prepped shell from Ford with all the pickup points moved, whereas Arūnas' car is a road E92 that's been built into that. So that's
which is even more crazy.
Yeah, so like for example, the ones you see in Drift Masters and FD, the Supras and the RTRs were not road chassis by and large. A lot of those were prepped shells from either Gazoo or Ford. So they're not really. They don't have VIN numbers and things like that. They are purpose-built race cars. So.
Yep, it's incredible stuff. But now we have Harvey Moore in the lead with Arūnas in the chase. Look at this from Harvey Moore. Big flick initiation, does a wheel drop, and he is going to go off track there as Arūnas overtakes, but Harvey manages to bring it back. So now, what is Harvey going to do here as Arūnas just kind of flies off now into the sunset, as I can hear little Lithuania going absolutely crazy there as he comes across the line, and unfortunately, that might be all she wrote there for Harvey Moore.
Oh, and Arūnas! Can't gather it up. Goodness me, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for both of these drivers. Putting on a show for you guys. Obviously, Harvey there, knowing he really, really, really had to push.
Yes.
And obviously, he threw it really wide, so Arūnas could tuck up underneath him. Didn't pay off for him. Fortunately, kept all four wheels on terra firma, had a shoot through the grass, got back on the circuit. Job's a good one.
Yep, definitely. And as we go on, going in to the next stage is Arunas.
Arunas advances to the final. Harvey Moore needs to go get ready for the 3rd and 4th place playoff.
So that's one Lithuanian into the final.
Yes, it is. Yes, the prophecy is being foretold.
Will it make it 2?
Well, there's a certain young Irishman that stands in the way of that.
Yeah, and he is not going down without a fight. So we'll have to see.
As Neri just said at the last round, bloody Irish.
Yeah. You know what? The conversation we're having about Arunas' car earlier, I do love that kit so much. I think it's that clean mold look on the arches.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's no it's all the front and rear clam are all one piece. It's not, it's not like it's a rear clam with the fenders bolted on. Yeah. It's all molded as one piece, and it's not got any steps in it or anything like that.
It's gorgeous.
It's fluid. It's almost like someone's took an E92 and melted it in a toaster oven. Yeah, it's exactly the same sort of shape, but it's wider and it's deeper. You know.
Do you know what it gives me the vibe of? So with how wide that and aggressive that front end is. I'm guessing you've seen the resident pro car at Driftland, Cindy, which is Stu McClellan's E36.
She's a beaut.
So it gives me the same vibe of the front end being extremely aggressively wide.
That thing now looks like someone's dropped an E36 onto a Formula 1 car.
Yes.
The aero on it is unreal. I bet you could drive it over a loop now.
Oh, definitely. I mean, Stu, if you're watching, please take me out in her again. My first time actually being at Driftland, Stu actually took me out for a passenger ride in Cindy, and it was an insane experience. But now it's built for time attacks, so I'm curious to see how fast that car actually is. Sideways, it's a different story, but
I just want to give a quick shout out to a chap on the live stream called Giorgio, who called us very entertaining. I'll take that for a win. Bear in mind, guys, yes, you do hear our voice, but there's so much more to this championship with you guys. There's all the marshals out there getting sunburnt. There's the back end crew in the live stream, the camera operators, the judges, Bubbles, the gridding team. It's all a big party, people. It's all important to bring you this incredible action as Neri just leads out with a big feint entry there with Harry Kerr absolutely glued to him, but Neri just washing offline a little bit there as Harry not letting the Lithuanian lunatic get away from him there at all. Obviously, these guys battled in the final at the last round. Harry Kerr's going, I'm 2 for 2 here if you're not careful. What a stick to Harry Kerr, and a round of applause from the judges there. Absolutely stuck it on under the back wing of that big boat of an R33.
That chase definitely it feels like Harry Kerr has been holding off in the chase for this entire event.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, that is the Harry Kerr we all know. That is the crazy chasing that we all know and love from Harry. And wow, it's definitely he's basically just gone out there and said to Neri, just beat that
on a flat tire as well. Those tires have got very little pressure in the back. Obviously, Neri just has had his running almost nothing for a very long time. Hopefully, it looks like the Skyline actually doing its actually like staying cool, which is quite nice. The Neridus' R33 does unfortunately does run quite hot. Not too sure why, but he doesn't require many cooldown laps today, which is very, very good. They've also got the cooling system in that car dialed as they leave the line.
Here we go. But look at Nergis on the initiation there, really close as they come through in a clip 2. Nergis trying to get onto the door of Harry Kerr in that E46 as they transition through our clip 4, but he does fall behind there. Maybe he's just making that big mistake. Might cost him the battle as they come through now into our 7 on the last corner. Looking very good there. Strong lead from Harry Kerr, but Nergis trying his hardest to stay behind him.
And an arm out the window and a mangy to the finish from Harry Kerr. He's very happy with that run, come what may.
He is definitely earned his stripes today.
Absolutely. And Molly and Geraldine, no, you're not here this weekend, but if you're watching on the live stream, just want to say I love you guys and hopefully I'll see you soon.
Definitely.
So Harry's mum and sister, in case you were wondering.
Yes.
Molly's the sister, Geraldine's the mum, just in case you got confused.
And moving on into the finals, Harry Kerr. So it's going to be Lithuanian versus Irish.
Fourth final. So Harry Kerr, now to my knowledge, if you discount Drift Masters, I'm talking national events, Harry Kerr has got to the final in every single event he has participated in.
Is insane. This is why he is, like you said, the most up-and-coming driver from Ireland.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. Harry, a true great, I think. The Ballymoney Bandit, as he's known in Ireland, definitely going to go down in the annals of history here as one of the all-time greats if he carries on like he is.
how he doesn't have a Drift Masters license full term it baffles me.
You've also got to bear in mind, though, is that there's a huge cost involved in competing in Drift Masters. I mean, I remember Evans talking about it, and that was 3 years ago, and it was £60,000 to contest a season. So it's a lot
the
of
entry
money.
fee?
That's the actual. That's Evans is £60,000 to run the program. So that's to get, and that was with a van and trailer. You know, you think about the guys like the Shanahans and Drift Games who are running in like the race trucks and stuff.
Yep.
That probably then doubles.
Yeah, that is mental. Absolutely mental.
Yeah, Jarvis, fucking brilliant comment though, but yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much for sticking with us. But now we've got to get a few cars back, get some fresh rubber on them, and obviously these cars now, there's so much rubber on this track. These cars are not getting more than a couple of runs to a set of tyres. So.
Yep, I'm just covering my forehead right now because I can feel how dry it is from the sun.
Why don't you put your hat back on?
I don't have my hat with me. Cheers, love.
No worries, mate. I've got more hair to hide.
Harry, do you ever take your hat off? That's a very white forehead.
I take my. I actually, believe it or not, I'm not a hat guy. I genuinely, as a rule, I don't really wear hats. Yeah, Jojo's just saying she's a hat girl, but no, I'm not a hat guy because I'm afraid of them pushing my hairline back. So I only really wear hats at drift events. So
just mentioning Jojo. So big shout out for Jojo and Brad for stepping in to be the guest judges for this round.
Yes, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for taking on the roles of the most hated people in drifting. It's very, very. Yes. Just so obviously Jojo and Brad both actually have done quite a bit of judging before. Jojo actually he used to stand right where well, not right where I am because I didn't have the lorry at the time, but Jojo used to stand alongside Yogi as commentator back in the old days. I'll say the old days, it was like a couple of years ago. It fit back in my day, but it feels like a very, very long time ago because 2 years is a lot of time in drifting. People rise and fall in 2 years, Brandon.
Oh no, definitely. A lot can happen in that time frame. Another another person we should really be thanking, who makes everything possible for all of this, is obviously the series owner Gordon, making everything, like all the stress that he goes through.
This is genuinely Gordon shoulders all this stress and all this responsibility and all this infrastructure for the sake of putting on a good show for you guys. So obviously Gordon deserves your undying respect for the level of graft he puts in. Gordon's been involved in drifting since 2000 and since EDC days, right?
Wow.
So Gordon's more than the stripes, and everything that he wants to do in drifting, he backburners it for the sake of running Drift Inc. over there on the kart track and obviously running Drift League GB as a national series. So Gordon's poor old S12 has been sat there because he never gets any time to work on it. Puts in 16-hour days at G-Tech Garage. Incidentally, if you guys are in Carmarthenshire or in this general area, G-Tech Garage is the place to go for all of your servicing needs. Gordon has forgotten again. Gordon is like what Matt Smith is to Volkswagen. Gordon is to like any other car. Gordon's a man who's he's in his I don't actually know how old he is, but he's been doing it since he was an apprentice.
I've just heard a cough from behind us because he is actually there.
Gordon's almost 50, according to Lee. He was actually older than him. Lee, obviously the championship general manager. But this is all Gordon's baby. It's his train set. He signs the checks. He makes sure all the infrastructure gets where it needs to be, and he puts on a good show for you guys. So if you see Gordon out there, shake his hand, pat him on the back, and say thank you, my man, because none of us would be here if it weren't for Gordon.
Exactly, and also as someone who comes from the Scottish Virtual Drift Series as a member of staff for that, a massive thank you to Gordon and the entire organisation of Drift League GB for being one of our amazing partners in there as well. So it's a really good partnership that we have together, and it continues to go strong. But yeah, definitely, it's going to be an interesting set of last runs, I reckon. It's going to be quite a heated one.
I dread to think how sticky that racing line is. I mean, look at there's more rubber laid down there than there is on the tyre wall.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
genuinely.
Like it's genuinely. It looks like I bet if you laid on your back on that, you wouldn't get up after 5 minutes.
No, definitely.
You'd just be stuck to it.
Your skin would fuse.
Yeah, I mean you got hot tarmac and hot rubber.
We just mentioned Gordon and the Drift League. So while we were chatting away, he was behind us. I did confirm with him that round 5 tickets, our final round of the year, are going on sale in a week's time. So anybody who wants to come to round 5, I'd say get yourself down there. Last chance to see us this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, at Three Sisters Circuit. So it's a real fun track, guys. It's a good atmosphere at Three Sisters. There's great viewing available on the bank up there. So we'll have local heroes duking it out. We will have more than enough entertainment for you guys. Obviously, looks like there may not be an insurmountable lead developed for Harry Kerr, so he has to attend, because I think, now I could be wrong on this, but I think the most he can be in the lead by now is 40 points, which means he's not clear. So
Yep.
But then,
it's
but
gonna
then
be
also,
tight.
like you say, there'll be plenty of entertainment. There's going to be quite a few local drivers, I reckon, trying to get in. A lot that we haven't seen this year. You know, like we say, Mr. Dango's already said he'll be there.
yeah, absolutely. So I'm going
to
to insist that Carl Farrar puts his money where his mouth is and books on for Three Sisters. He keeps threatening to do it.
Depends on how he's feeling, though.
I can already feel the message pinging.
I'm trying to get Mr. Mike Lardner.
Wow, now there's a name
I've been on that. The car is still running. He says not to competition standard at the moment, not overly reliable, but you never know, he might jump in.
So actually mentioned, I've also had a message from another driver who we've not seen while he's been away building his or redoing his car, Charlie Hume. I had a message.
Yes.
Apparently Mito sold his car modified Wonder 180 SX now, and he's got an S15.
Huh.
Yeah, because what Mito does is he builds a car, finishes it, and then sticks it on eBay. Yeah, he's quite formulaic with that. He sort of you sort of think, oh wow, he's built a real cool car there, and then he'll take it out, drive it to shops and back, and stick it on eBay.
Can't have anything nice for long, can he?
I think Mito just gets itchy feet.
It's like, I built this. This is cool. I want another. Doesn't have a chance.
It's like Jay Leno, isn't it? I have one woman and 150 cars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jay Leno always says, I'm married, I'm happily married. This is what I do with my money instead of going out chasing skirt.
Yeah, that's true. I can see Arunas now getting ready to come out. I know Nergis has also left the pits, so we are literally just waiting. I don't know if Harry Kerr's left the
So
pits.
we only have one half of each battle there, because obviously we need Harvey Moore to go against Nergis, and we need Harry Kerr to go against Arunas. So Nergis doing it for the Nissans. Everybody else in a BMW chassis. But we got all BMWs, one with a BMW powertrain, Arunas, one with a Toyota powertrain, and one with a Chevy powertrain.
It's weird.
And you've also got 36, 46, 92.
At least they're all different.
Yeah,
That's
it's quite
the main
cool.
thing.
Yeah, it's very diverse. This is one of the cool
Shame
things
there's
about.
no E30. Then mind you got the main trifecta, haven't you?
Yeah, I think unfortunately E30s have kind of been hunted to extinction almost now, because they used to be everywhere, and now, like I say, the Gashishis don't exist anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's very hard to find yourself. If you want a clean E30 325i coupe, prepare to pay through the nose for it. About 10 years ago, I spotted one rotting in somebody's garden, and I decided I was going to go up and knock on the door. And an old lady answered the door, and she wouldn't sell it to me because it was her husband's and he'd passed away, and it was all she had left. I drove by about 7 years later, and the garden was significantly tidier and the car was gone. So hopefully someone realised what they had, and they went to a good home. But yeah, I don't know where that E30 is now. I've forgotten the registration number. I would check. I hope it's resting. I hope it's either resting peacefully in a restoration shop somewhere,
Or not. Hopefully not resting in pieces.
Yeah, well, hopefully not. I don't think anybody's that much of a Philistine, you know. 'Cause, I mean, an E30, even if it's got no floor, it's still an E30, you know.
Yep.
I mean, E30s are so beloved by a lot of people. Anyway, we must continue on.
So our battle for third, we've got Nergis in the lead in that R33 with Harvey Moore in the chase. Looking good so far from Nergis in the lead as they come around through 3, now transitioning into 4. Harvey Moore doing a good job trying to keep up, but does get a gap pulled on him as they come around now through the Manji. Is he going to get the dive? Yes, he will as they come around the last corner. Look at this from Harvey Moore, pushing him around almost nearly, coming through and across the line.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very, very good lead from Nergis there. Harvey maybe just suffering a little bit with the legs. Obviously, I think about 100 horsepower more in the R33, so that might have just helped Nergis get his toe down and push away from him a little bit. But obviously, now it's all got to be done round. We know Harvey's a very good lead driver when he's actually leading and not cutting the grass. So Harvey, actually, fair to him, did an incredible job there just to keep it between the ditches, I think.
Yes, definitely. I mean, this is going to be the last run for Nergis, so I want to see everyone in the Lithuanian corner cheering on for him.
Hang on, you remember I was saying earlier about how it doesn't need a cool-down lap? It's not needed a cool-down lap all day.
Does it finally need it?
There is this round's instance of the commentator's curse for you.
Typical.
Yeah.
Typical.
Yep.
So just while he fills it down, we have found out on the live stream, Jason Cavan is going to be joining us.
Oh, Jason
in his
Cavan,
compact.
fantastic. Yeah, Jason, obviously. Jason, a local hero for round 2. Actually knocked out my buddy Matt Gill in top 32, which because Matt spun behind him, as is his wont. Jason, obviously, then has gone away, removed the M52, put a 54 in it for a few more ponies. Has done SDC since, done quite well.
Oh,
and yeah, Jason, obviously, it's a really cool little grey compact, very, very cool car. Has all the
Pretty sure it's the blue one.
sorry, blue. Pardon me. Has all the ground effect on it. 59 North wheels. Cool car.
Yes.
And so obviously, really happy to see Jason coming to drive with us at Three Sisters. That's awesome. Anyway, we get off tack.
So now we have Harvey Moore in the lead. Nergis in the chase, coming around now. Whoa! Look at that from Nergis in the chase, putting on all the aggression as they come around into outside clip 4. Looking really strong here from Nergis, the Lithuanian madman, as they come through now into last transition. He is right on the back of Harvey Moore as they come around, but they spin, nearly making contact there. What a way to finish the battle for third.
Safe. I tell you what, that was the most aggressive snap to angle that I saw all day. Like he snapped that car. Nergis just snapped that car to angle, and my jaw snapped open with it. It was absolutely insane.
I just heard the whole little Lithuania will just go.
Little Lithuania, are you entertained? I see the flags waving.
They've got the whistles out and everything now.
I think the side came from over there as well.
Good old Acme Thunder whistle. Good Acme Thunder whistles. Awesome they are. So obviously just going to get the conference. Guys, have we got a decision? Yes, we have got a decision indeed. So what's the decision? Nobody knows. I'll tell you at the podium.
It looks like the Lithuanian corner definitely has a gut feeling. What a battle.
Yeah, I say a very Harvey Moore obviously maybe feeling the pressure a little bit. Obviously had the big run off against Arunas, just lost it on the last corner against Nergis.
A lot of commitment though.
Maybe he doesn't like Lithuanians.
Nah, it was a very committed lead, and he had to try and pull everything out that he could to kind of get that advantage, and unfortunately it just didn't work out.
No, absolutely. I think again, Harvey, can't take it away from Harvey.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, did a great job, obviously. Probably still with the same unreadable expression on his face as he had before. So, but it's all to be decided. So this one is for all the marbles, people.
Oh, this one's going to be
We have
big.
a two-time champion, Arunas, versus the current points leader in 2 series, Harry Kerr.
This one's going to be a scary one. I have a feeling Harry is going to step it up once again in the chase, but we'll have to see as we get them launched. Here we go. Onus in the lead, Harry Kerr in the chase. Here we go. This is your final at round 4. Pembrey coming around now into the first corner. Oh, but Onus just hits the tyre stacks there.
Arunas going off circuit. Oh my goodness!
Oh my
He's going to keep it out of the barriers. He does. Wow! Oh my goodness me!
I was waiting until that finished to say that little tap on the tyres didn't stave him at all, but
It definitely phased
it definitely
him.
phased him.
It definitely
yeah.
phased him,
That
Chief.
definitely got him.
It definitely phased him, technical advisor Anthony. It definitely phased him. Unfortunately, that was good thing about that car is it's carbon Kevlar, so the dent will just pop back out.
As he potentially DB'd.
No, Arunas car always sounds like that, unfortunately. For some reason, it always sounds like it's dropping pebbles as it drives past. I've got no idea why.
Rear bumper.
I think it's undressing itself.
You saucy little thing.
Well, it's basically that car's basically a skinned cage. So like it's
Yeah,
there's not
literally.
much E92 left other
Cage
than the
with
floor.
wheels.
Yeah, other than the floor. You know, it's almost like an ND, like a next generation touring car. It's just a skinned roll cage. It's there's not that much E92 original E92 in it.
No, definitely not.
A lot of fabrication, but the car actually built in Lithuania, hence why it's left-hand drive.
Can't go wrong. I mean, I'm guessing that was just a moment where he was just checking on the car just to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to take a trip off to the kitty litter at 80 miles an hour without
God,
checking.
that thing sounds so evil.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to have to reset that tyre barrier, guys, before we can finish our job.
He's actually torn it up.
He has indeed. I've seen a very, very cool Mark 1 MX-5 leaving the circuit there. Have you seen? The very, very cool Mark 1 MX-5 with a very deep deuce kit on it, which I couldn't see earlier. I didn't know if that was up there. Yeah, it's just driven off and down.
Personally, I'm not a fan of the deuce kit, but that's, mind you, I come from being around so many Deuce kits, I'm just bored of them.
The Destroy or Die kit is a very good looking kit.
Yes,
that
that
Dan's
I like.
kit is very nice. I say a close friend of mine, Dan O'Shea from Gripped Up.
Yeah,
he runs that kit on his car, and so does a few of them
car.
actually. Yeah, Connor
Pretty
runs
sure his
it.
missus does as well. Or she got
No,
Mark II?
you're thinking of Connor. That's Rue is the one
Yes.
who is 5. Dan's missus. Dan's missus. So Dan and Danielle, which always makes me chuckle a little bit. Dan's missus Danielle's a paramedic. I don't think she's got a project car yet. She's too busy working on human projects. But yeah, Dan. I actually went out with Dan. So I've been friends with Dan from Gripped Up for many years, and we internet friends because we had Turbo MX-5s at the time. And went out with him at Matsuri thinking, these cars have got 150, 160 horsepower, and I've been out in these, I've been out in the Skidder's S15, I've been out with Hayden, Cruikshank, I've been out in all these wild, been out with Stu McClellan, been out with all these wild drivers. So I have never felt more scared in my life. Those boys have a reckless disregard for their own safety.
I mean, I've seen some footage here at the go-kart track section of them doing tandems and backies and stuff like that, and it is wild what they do with those cars.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. But the thing is that's good for us because that makes drifting very, very accessible to the layman. Like, those cars are not crazy. You could build them for you could build a similar car for 8 to 10 grand.
That's what I'm currently doing at the moment.
Yeah, exactly, and it's proof that you don't need a million brake horsepower. And a super highly strung car to go drifting. I mean, those cars, even when they're pinned on H, they'll work.
Yeah.
They are absolutely incredible. But yeah, those young lads they're really, really good drivers, and they're obviously local heroes here. Come to every weekend. Obviously, Connor Hines, who's kind of like the OG of the team. It's obviously his local circuit. He doesn't live too far from here. So Connor doing prove to people that you don't need a ridiculous car to go out and have fun with mates.
No, definitely not. And obviously the MX-5 being one of the most famous party cars when it comes to drifting. No matter where you go, there's out of public drift track, there's always...
Oh yeah, there's always MX-5. But I'd say, I find that maybe in the competition environment, they kind of... Their cracks start to show a little bit. I think they're quite. I remember when Danny George used to contest one in FD, and there were, obviously there are some incredible drivers who pedal MX-5s.
Tom Van Beek
was exactly the person who jumped into my mind. Obviously, Tom with an incredible BM gearbox, Ford engine, Cadillac diff, monster Mark 1 MX-5.
Yeah,
very, very cool car.
Do you remember the what is it called? It's gone out of my head.
Oh no, you can't do that when you're a commentator.
I know. The Happy Days MX-5.
Yes, in fact, that used to be owned by Aaron North, who is a local driver here, and Aaron North now has Mike Marshall's old 82.
One of my close friends, Tom Edgecombe, has actually has had that in ownership for quite a while now.
Yeah, it's a fully forged turbo Mark 1. It's a cool car. Yeah, I remember
really
one of the
cool
craziest ones I ever saw here was actually an NC. And it was Christian Christensen Team Overboost. It was a twin-turbo LS 1,000 horsepower. And that car, it looked more like he was hanging on for dear life than driving it. It was possibly the wildest car. Chris Christensen now has an S14 with an Audi powertrain, which is kind of cool.
Wow.
It's an Audi RS3 Dazer engine.
Wow, that's really
which is
weird.
really cool. So the Volkswagen engines, don't sleep on these Volkswagen engines, people. They're everywhere. I mean, you've seen Jimmy Oaks is doing a 1.8T into an RX-8, which is a pretty cool swap.
Yeah, I could see why that would work though.
Yeah, and you can get a 1.8T for not a whole lot of money. It's definitely not a ridiculously spec'd engine. It's quite possibly the easier swap as well, because of the only thing about 1.8Ts is there's a lot of transverse ones which don't fit because the mounts are in the wrong place. So
another cool MX-5 that I forgot to mention about is over in I can't remember. It's abroad. You keep talking about all these cool cars that you want to talk about, and then your brain just completely wipes itself. I know. It's just been a long day. There's been a lot of action.
Brandon's coming up with lots of 404 errors in his glasses.
Talking about cool cars. So
don't you forget.
No, I'm not forgetting. It's something that's just come up on the live stream of the guys who are having a great conversation here, and some good suggestions have come up. One is Drift League versus Drift Games match. Drift League IDS match.
Yeah, the Drift League
drivers from each.
Yeah, the Drift League IDS would be really cool, but then we'd all be fighting over Harry Kerr.
Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, because he is one of us.
But you think about it, if we actually did anything like that, or Drift Games,
it has. So obviously
that would be
the people obviously that have suggested that possibly maybe not been around drifting for as long as some. So in 2018, the finale at Rockingham, which was the last ever competition event at Rockingham Motor Speedway.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Rockingham, great track. Was actually, because that was at the time when Dave Egan owned both championships, just before Dave sold BDC to Matt Stevenson. And there was the English-Irish battle. So you had people like in 2018, you had people like Martin Richards, Matt Carter, Phil
That
Morrison.
was absolutely
and then
immense
on
to
the
watch
other
as well.
side, you had people like you had your Kevin Quinns, your McKeevers. I believe Dwayne McKeever actually hoisted the trophy there. No, I'm telling a lie. Aldimus Vangelis beat Dwayne McKeever in the final. Yes, he was the only man to dethrone Dwayne in either championship in 2018, and that was what punched Dwayne's ticket into Europe.
That is, it's definitely something I wish. Well, I was in the drifting scene back then, but I wasn't really that deeply involved, so I never got to truly experience it.
I was there, and it was genuinely one of the coolest events I've ever been to in my life. I'm trying to think about all the drivers that were there now. A lot of them, unfortunately, since have sort of moved away from competition. There were people like Paul Conlon, who doesn't compete anymore, but he had an incredible S15. Paul McCarthy was there. Lots of these sort of amazing drivers who with the inexorable march of time have passed. Have passed out of drifting, and maybe they've sold their chassis to young guns who are. Because this is the cool thing about Irish drifting, that for me is that a lot of the chassis that are in there are recycled cars. So like they're cars that have got a lot of history behind them, and they've had lots of different people who've competed in them, and the owners have improved them all, and they've carried on making adjustments, adding their own tweaks to it. Like for example, the S13 that was owned by Dave Egan and Wayne Curran, who bought it from him after Games Changers. That was competed originally by Pete Nielsen, like 2009. And that's still the same car, still the same chassis legs. Never had the back folded.
Yeah.
It's always been the same shell. If you look after those cars, they'll love you a long time.
There's another car that had a lot of history. It was a black and yellow S13. Original owner.
Dennis Murphy is current now. Is that Dennis Murphy's car, black and yellow?
It was black and yellow back in the day, but my good friend Owen Magner now runs it.
Oh
IDS.
yes, with the SR22. Yeah,
Yes.
Owen the Bumpkin, country boy Owen. Yeah,
So guys,
absolutely incredible driver Owen, all the way from Cork.
We have three
Ready
to go.
Anthony's telling us how to do our job here. So thank you, Chief Technical Advisor Anthony.
making sure
Ladies and
you were
gentlemen,
so in
for the
depth.
last run of the day, please be upstanding as we send Arunas and Harry Kerr. Harry Kerr in the lead, flicking the car across the circuit. Whoa! Arunas chasing extremely close, trying to force an error from the young Irish phenom, but kicking up a ton of dirt as he dives for the door there, almost not leaving him any room, but does drop back sensibly so. Dives right up against him. Look at the gap open. There's no gap at all, ladies and gentlemen. Are you not entertained? Pembrey, make some noise.
Wow, what a final! Onus knowing he had to do everything in his power to
absolutely.
try and turn the tide.
On a 10-0, but I'm not sure if he unseated it. I'm gonna wait for the nod. We have a decision, ladies and gentlemen. What is that decision? Nobody knows, except for 3 people on the other side of the tower. So we will tell you in a little short while we get over to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in attendance, please, I would encourage you to have a wander over to the podium and show these drivers that all their hard work was worth it. Say, if you guys are in support of any driver, they'd love to see you there. Every driver loves the round of applause. They don't all love the spray of champagne up the nose, but they get it anyway. Nothing you can do about it. So we'll see you there, guys.
Mic check.
This particular round, so there's no point videoing me just yet, okay? Thanks, here. So basically, before we do any podium celebrations, there's somebody we need to give a shout out to. There's a gentleman here who does a lot of running around with a camera in his hand, who's currently raging because he can't get in at one of his lenses, but it is actually his birthday tomorrow. Chris does a lot for us at this championship, so on behalf of all of us at Drift League GB, we'd like to present you this cake. Birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Chrissy, happy birthday to you. That is all from me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hand you over to my esteemed colleague Brandon. Many happy returns, Chris. Congratulations, buddy.
Our charger as well. Yes, just check.
Right then. Just double checking that we're good to go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what a round it has been. Round 4 here at Pembrey. My first time here at Drift League, so it's been an absolute honour. Thank you for Gordon for bringing me on. But the driving has been absolutely stellar throughout the entire round. So we're going to start with the hard charger for this round, and this man has been absolutely pushing throughout the entire weekend, and it is none other than Hayden Renton. You absolute madman, been pushing the entire weekend. Congratulations. Good stuff, mate, honestly. Right there, mate. Right. There can only be 3 podium winners, and obviously we're going to start with the battle for third. So I'm going to announce 4th place first. So the 4th place here at round 4, Harvey Moore. Which does mean getting 3rd place is Nerigis in that R33. There we are. Sorry. Amazing driving all weekend. Absolute madman, honestly. So then now, this final was absolutely crazy, full of ups and downs, and obviously it's between Erinus and Harry Kerr, and there can only be one winner. And your winner here at round 4, Harry Kerr! Which means Erinus getting 2nd place with that insane chase to finish things off.
Go for it.
Right, boys, have some fun. Typical the Irishman's the first. Come on, boys, get him. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your podium here at round 4, Pembrey Drift League 2025. Thank you to everyone who has come through, everyone that's involved.
Your Performance and Volkscraft.
And a massive thank you to PI Performance and Volkscraft for being amazing sponsors throughout the entire season. So, my name's been Round 5. Remember, tickets are available from next week at Three Sisters. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in October.
Thank you.